What up, my brother?
What is up, my dude? Pop, pop, boom, man.
Pop, pop, boom. Happy October 1st, dude.
Yeah. Don't you love all the people on socials today being like, it's October 1st, time to start watching horror movies? We're like, scrubs.
I know, right? Real fucking horror movie. Real horror fans know we've been on that shit. Never stopped, actually.
Never stopped. It's Horror Fest every week. It's Halloween. Come on, man.
Hell yeah. Got some special guests tonight for the awesome review that we're doing tonight for 2002's Dog Soldiers, directed by and written by Neil Marshall. This will be a damn good one to talk about tonight, man. I tell you.
Wouldn't be Horror Fest without a werewolf film.
Hell no. Couldn't start October no better way off, man. I tell you, man. You know I love my werewolf movies, man. But we got us a couple guests tonight. We got the homie Verno with us.
Dude, what up, fellas? What's going on? Happy Horror Fest. Excited to be back.
Hell yeah, always good to have you, brother. Always great. We also got Scarpad in the building.
Station motherfuckers, how you doing, everybody? And let me tell you,
what's that?
D. Wallace Stone in this movie, The Howling, has been one of my favorite movies for a long time. I'm glad we're doing it tonight.
What Wallace? Who?
D. Wallace Stone. She plays the female.
What's her first name?
D. Wallace.
D. Wallace. These nuts are all over your face, man. Come on.
But last but definitely not least, we got the homie Fable Bone in the building.
Hey, dude, can't believe you walked into that one, Scarpad. No doubt. Station, fellas.
Hell yeah.
Pop, boo.
Dude, waka, waka. Man, for a guy who it took, I think he says it took like 5 or 6 years it took for them to make this film after they filmed it. Dude, he has come quite a ways, man. And he ends up working with the Onion Farmer again in his career, if you know what I'm talking about. Not with the Onion Knight, not the Farmer.
Maybe both.
We talk about? I don't understand.
Game of Thrones. I didn't know
he directed Game of Thrones episodes.
Who? Neil Marshall?
Yeah. He's directed a lot of.
Robbie giving me like the I'm stupid look, but he didn't know it. He didn't know.
I missed it. I was like, "Is this a D's Nuts joke?" I don't know what's going on.
You always on your toes for the D's Nuts joke, man. Come on, I ain't gonna hit you like that. Not on October 1st.
You should, if you could.
I know.
But you can't though.
It'd probably be legendary. But yeah, man, dude, I absolutely love this film, dude. It's you got
fun.
Guy that played Pennywise in the Gotham show. Probably one of my
No. Pennywise is a clown. Alfred Pennyworth would be what you're looking for.
We knew what he meant, Scarpad. Why you gotta shit on his parade, man? Come on.
Yeah, he just got it.
It's not Pennywise though. I was
It
about to say
it wouldn't be a regular show without it. Yeah, though I love this movie though, no doubt. I'll let y'all go around and talk, and then I'll go back around so y'all can interrupt me again at the end. Fable, my man, what did you think about this movie? Was this your first time watching? I'm sure you've seen this one before. I know this first time. I thought you've seen this before. Okay.
No,
first time watch, man. I know Scarp had seen this before.
No, actually,
stop.
This is my first time. No, I saw 10 minutes of this movie before. Really? It looked so bad on DVD, I threw out the window, and this is my first full time watching it.
You're fucking with me, dude.
I am not. I'm serious.
You threw the DVD out the window.
Well, no, I didn't throw it out the window. I stopped watching it.
Vern, first time too?
Seen this like a million times. No, I'm just joking. This is my first time.
So me and Robbie the only ones that seen this? Or
bro, this is my first time.
For him.
I'm serious. Yeah, nobody's seen this movie, Dylan, but you, man. I'm just saying.
That's funny, bro.
That's awesome.
No, bro, I told that. I think I remember you guys now saying so. At least you, Robbie, saying that you'd never seen that. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you always bring it up, and I'm always like, yeah, I've never seen that one. You're like, we're gonna have to do it one day, bro. And here we are.
I feel bad for snapping on you about the dumb Game of Thrones joke because
I didn't understand, bro. Like I've seen The Descent, and I'm the guy that
knew this guy a little bit more. My bad, bro.
No, I know that he did The Descent, and to be honest, like I've seen that, but it never blew me away. I know a lot of people are big fans of that one. So.
That one's like just a claustrophobic movie, But yeah, he's fucking killed it with some of the Game of Thrones episodes. I forget which ones he did some of the biggest ones. One of the big ones was the Battle of Blackwater Bay or whatever when they, when they're on the pirate ship and they try to head for Westeros or King's Landing and they hit them with the that green fire shit.
Right. They light the water on fire.
Yeah. They hit him like last minute too because they had nobody to do it and they were like, we need somebody, and they like called him on Saturday. They were like, yeah, we need you here Monday morning. And he was like, oh, okay. But he got it done, man.
Then he gets there on set and he's like, where are the werewolves? Yeah. There are no werewolves in this movie.
Is he British? Anybody know?
Yeah, I think it's a British film, right? They're all British.
Right. Yeah. Because
they're in Scotland though, right?
He does a commentary on this.
I thought it was Australia because of all the kangaroos.
I'm thinking of Howling 3.
Again,
the marsupials.
Well, shit. All right, since all you guys it's your first time watching, I guess I'll go say what I love about it first, and then I'm gonna hear what you fine gentlemen think, because you guys obviously know that I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked it. But I think this is one of the great freaking werewolf films, man. Especially, we don't get too many nowadays. There hasn't been too many good ones, I feel like, since maybe even since this, man. I'm trying to think, dude. What have they done since?
Ginger Snaps. Oh, that was before.
Ginger Snaps is after. Right?
Wasn't that before?
I think it might have been 2000. I'll look it up.
There's been a ton of werewolf movies, but most of them
maybe that is like 06 or something. But this is one of the better ones, even though it's a very, very low budget. I know sometimes the werewolves can look a little wonky at times, but this film, I tell you, man, has never looked better than this Scream Factory release. They actually got like the camera negatives to make this film look how it properly should. Like there's a Scream Factory Blu-ray and it ain't cutting it, to be honest. It's a too dark. It was like
it's really poor. I can attest to that. Y'all aren't kidding.
Copy. That's like a copy.
Yeah.
And the DVD was worse than that.
Yeah.
Well, and
That's
it's
what
shot.
It's like
it was
a
shot
cleaned up
16
copy of
millimeter,
that.
right? 16
Yeah.
millimeter.
I was gonna
in 2002.
say, yeah.
Still, the 4K is the best I've ever seen. This
That's
movie.
why it was like almost where I really wanted you guys to all get this, because you can get the Blu-ray too with the 4K scan. Because I was like, you guys aren't gonna, especially now that knowing that it's your first time watch, you could have saw it on this scan, because the other scans are fucking terrible, man. They're just too dark in a lot of spots. And this one, it's just this is.
Well, you said this guy directed Game of Thrones, right? So
yeah,
never mind.
I can also see
he's
where
great. He is a great.
I can also see where maybe being a little darker could maybe help some of the scenes. Possibly.
Maybe, but dude, I tell you, when I watched this 4K, it felt like watching it again for the first time, man. It was awesome.
Did it still have like the grainy back? Like when I put it on, that first opening scene, I even told my fiance, I'm like, nah, this isn't the movie. This is someone watching an old movie in the movie.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? I thought they were going to flash back and there's people watching.
No, it's clear, man.
This is so fucking clear, dude. I get what you mean, because it was so low budget that maybe darker helps it, but nah, dude, man. The werewolves are fucking awesome in this period, bro. I get the legs look a little wonky, but dude, they had like no money, bro. No money. Like the werewolves look fucking awesome in my opinion,
they look the best from the hip, from the stomach up.
Oh,
the guts hanging out for the saw.
Sometimes they look like werewolves. Sometimes they look like kangaroos and lions. So
yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but
I really like this movie.
The werewolf looks like a bear in Silver Bullet.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. And of course, the actors in it, I love the guy, the kid who's from Rome. If you ever saw Rome on HBO, he's really good. Why are my other guys escaping me there? Doctor Who's son, Sean Pertwee is good in everything he's in. He's really good here. He's probably, the main driving force in the movie. The Doctor's son.
100%.
So yeah, the only complaints I have sometimes the werewolves do look a little wonky, especially from far away. But that doesn't distract from the movie not being good. It's a really good, effective movie.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, dude, I love watching this movie, and I love to see what Neil Marshall has freaking done since. Really just an outstanding director, and he really truly loves horror because he keeps going back to it. He just did a horror movie what was it? There's a movie because a lot of people were giving him hell because he had signed on for the David Harbour Hellboy, and I know that's going to give you all a sour taste, but it was just a job for him, and it was like one of those things where he signed on thinking they were going to like let him put his horror take on it, you know what I mean? Because he's a horror director, and they totally came in and it was like a studio thing. They wouldn't let him do shit, and he basically was like, "Okay, I'm just here to film," and that was it. It was like, "I'll just."
It wasn't a horrible movie. That movie.
It's basically some guy in his ear telling him what to do, and he's just like, "Okay." That's basically the way he put it, and then people were dogging him about the CGI Gore, saying that's totally him, and he's like, "Damn, that's kind of fucked up because I've made like my bones on doing like practical work all my career." And then he came out with The Reckoning after. It's a pretty good damn movie, man.
It's totally
it was like a Shudder exclusive. It was pretty damn good. But Robbie, my man, since Fable went away for a second, we'll start off with you. First time watch, what did you think about Dog Soldiers, bro?
I thought it's a very solid werewolf film, but it's kind of weak as just an overall film, like as far as the story goes. Like I felt like the story was a bit weak. I'm watching it and I'm like, so this is Night of the Living Dead with werewolves. That's what it is, but with the military. And then when you hear Neil and the crew talk about it, their big inspiration was Evil Dead. Yeah, okay, so it's like Evil Dead with werewolves, same thing. So I think that the characters are great though. Like the characters and the performances, they really help make this movie enjoyable for me as far as the story goes. Because I didn't like the story. In fact, there's some like, I feel like that twist at the end with the chick, that was so dumb to me. Like, because I'm like, I don't know, man. Like it was
super predictable.
Yeah, there's things that were very predictable, and there were things that were just unnecessary right? I think the movie is about 15 minutes too long, but I love the characters. The characters are written great. The actors have a great chemistry there. The effects are amazing. I think the effects are amazing. Now, obviously, you don't see a lot of the werewolves, but I love that. I think that's great. I'd rather not see so many of the werewolves, not really get a clear shot, and have it all be visceral and badass, unlike in Silver Bullet, a movie I do love. But you, like you said, it's like where we at Showbiz Pizza all of a sudden. Like this dude's about to pull out a banjo, this werewolf is, and start singing songs and shit. So I think it's really good as a werewolf film, and it earns its place as one of the top werewolf films, but it's not at the tippy tip top for sure. Disappointing we didn't get a transformation. They obviously didn't have the budget for that. I like the way the wolves look. I love the long legs. I love seeing them standing up like that. It was making me feel like Howling vibes, and even how dark it is. So I really like it, man. I thought it was great. I think it's well shot for its low budget. It adds grit and texture. Like, I didn't actually mind the transfer because it added that kind of grittiness. It felt like watching Evil Dead. And I don't want Evil Dead to look super clean. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the rawness. Great effects, using the low lighting. Some parts of the editing maybe a bit too frantic for me. The quick cuts and stuff, but it's got great sense of humor. Pace is solid, but it does slow up towards the end. Act 3 has too many twists, a bit too long. Story falls off just a bit because of that. But overall, it was a solid movie. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I bought it, but now I guess I got to get that 4K. So,
yeah.
But it's definitely something to
like,
put in the rotation.
It's not like when you hear me say like crystal clear. It's not that it's like brightening the scenes up. They're still dark the way that they should be. It's just that it's a proper scan. This is the proper way that it should be viewed. Neil Marshall says it himself. Like, this is the essential way that there will never be a better version to watch than this.
Yeah, it's a big point on the internet. Like, even Oliver Harper said that the original bare bones to Blu-ray release for Region B was like better than the Shout Factory one.
Yeah. It wasn't good. It had like I've been trying to like get in to see like differences for some of these, because it's like some I want the 4Ks for some because I absolutely love them. But then sometimes it's like I want to know, is it worth it though? And for this one, it absolutely was, especially for me, because it's one of my. I mean, I'd have to, off the top of my head, it's easily top 10 for me. Easily top 10 greatest werewolf movies.
I mean, there's only 10 great ones.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's like, you know.
Well, Neil Marshall said in something I was reading that the other twist where she's connected to the bad guy that was forced on him by the studio. He didn't want that.
Yeah, they cut out a bunch of that.
He was trying to get a lot of that out. So.
Oh yeah, Vern, my man. First time watch as well for you. What did you think of this, bro?
I dug it for the most part, but I didn't love it. Like, I went into it expecting to enjoy it more, like quite frankly. But the highlights, like, I love the fucking wolf design. I think it's some of the gnarliest wolf designs or werewolf designs that I'd ever seen. Some of the shots where they're just in silhouette, and the darkness didn't bother me. The graininess of it, once I realized, like, oh, this is what it is, I thought, and I still don't fucking know, I thought it was a stylistic choice. They're like, oh, we're gonna make this look like an 80s or a 70s film. I don't know if it's just the budget that they were working with and that's why it looks like that, but I kind of went with it. And I was like, I thought it was cool. The only thing that bugged me look wise was there was a lot of like blown out highlights where it was too bright and it would just be white and you would lose all the detail in their faces, and that made it look like really, really dated. But it's okay. Here's my experience. I watched it and I was like, I'm glad to fucking watch this again, of course. But I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it just because I was looking for someone that had a differing opinion, and everybody that I found on YouTube, they fucking love the hell out of it. And all of them, including Mr. Rock and Robbie Billups, love the characters. And for me, I don't know if it's just a fucking British thing. Like, it's like something about it where I have a hard time connecting. Like, I had to put subtitles on. I don't know about you guys.
Me too.
Couldn't understand what these people were saying.
Scottish accents, yeah.
They
have that, and they have that their slang where they're like, this is fucking bone, man.
Right. It's funny because there's the two.
They literally explain like what it means. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. A British accent can either be the most elegant sounding thing ever, or it's like my fiance called it the Southern accent of the world. It can be like the trashiest sounding fucking accent to me at times. And it's like these people were talking in that like gutter England talk, and it was hard. But we're all getting practice for subtitles because we're gonna need them when we watch The Witch in a couple weeks, because it's like that but times 10. But that was my thing, is I had a really hard time like getting to know these characters. Everybody, all the reviews, like, oh man, they spent that first 30 minutes, they built up those characters, they were all unique and different. And for me, it was like, I can't tell the difference between Joe or Spoon, and I never like connected to them on that level. So to me, the highlights were the look of the film. Like I dug the grittiness, I dug, for the most part, the fast cuts that Robbie pointed out. Some of them were like make you want to puke a little bit, kind of reminded me like Born Identity, where it's like, but not quite as good with the cuts and all that. But there was an energy to it. It was cool. But same thing Robbie said. At the end of it, I was like, okay, this should have ended a little bit ago, and you've kind of lost me. Like I just didn't care that much. But over, like you said, it's still a pretty dope werewolf flick. Top 10, easy.
Heck yeah. Yeah, but plus too, man, with I gotta look up, see exactly how much they had on this, but you know, if he had more
budget,
money, you know,
$2 million, I think.
Time being a first, like was first time, you know,
for $2 million, it's pretty good.
Right.
Scarphead, my man, what did you think about this? First time watch as well for you?
Yeah, I said I loved it. Of course, maybe the characters were easy for me to get into because I knew a lot of those actors from other things. So that's why I was kind of used to them already.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved Sean Pertwee. I mean, and I like the fact, I like the humor they used.
Sean Pertwee?
Sean Pertwee, the sergeant. The one that got his guts ripped open. Yeah.
I thought.
Is it my birthday? Hit me again. Hit me, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
He's from Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham and a bunch of other stuff.
He plays Pennywise in Gotham.
And he's the son of John Pertwee, who was a doctor. So that's all we know. But yeah, I liked him. And I like the fact that they used a lot of reserved, even though it was British too, reserved humor in the movie. You know, the scenes where when they go to get the Jeep, there's a werewolf who just ate one of the soldiers. He's just hanging out there eating his supper. You know, he's hungry. He's sitting down and he's chewing on the guy's head, matter of factly, and doing stuff. And then one of them gets a gun and shoots the gun. I thought that was kind of funny. I thought a lot of the stuff coming out of the mouths of the soldiers was funny. So there was a lot of like background humor to lighten that up.
They seemed like a group, you know, like they had the banner with each other. They would fuck with each other.
But once again, as you said,
they seemed like a crew, like that they would be like
very derivative, as you said. You know, as Robbie said, all those movies, Commando, even throw that and make Predator. I mean, a lot of that stuff was borrowed and influenced, but
aliens, big aliens, like they're like the colonial Marines almost in a way.
Yeah.
That's why I liked them. They were so funny, and I felt like they knew each other. You know, like I just felt like I love it. Like when he tells that story about the dude with the devil tattoo on his ass. Right. I don't even know what he says, but he's like, there he is, choking his old asshole at us, and then that guy fucking is like just starts making a joke, and just little tidbits, especially in Pertwee's performance.
Yeah. I just think the front end of it, the beginning of the movie, in fact, we had that scene where they showed him washing out with the main bad guy. And then later on, he comes back. Maybe that should have been cut, and we could have just, he didn't like the guy. He was, it should have been about 10, 15 minutes shorter. I think it would have been a better film. But overall, no, I loved it. That was a good movie. Decent.
Yeah, I guess though that's supposed to kind of show what a shithead that guy is. So when you see him, you're like, oh, this is that fucking
he shot the dog.
Evil fuck that was.
I wouldn't toy with Act 1. I would toy with Act 3. Is what I
probably Act 3. Yeah.
I wish they would have brought that back. As far as like he had to make some kind of choice that was either the same choice, like of killing the dog, or like stay to his decision, and it made some kind of impact in the third act.
They almost did.
Maybe it did, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah, they did a little bit.
Yeah. It did, but with humans in particular, right? Like the fact that he won't kill the dog is the same reason why he won't leave a man behind.
And then it's him and the dog at the end walking off.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that fucking dog wanted to eat the guy's guts, which is great.
Man and dog.
Dude, he's
man.
fucking. He's like pulling the fucking dude. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
The dog was hungry. My dog would do that if I was dying. I might do that tonight in bed. Never know. Don't trust your dogs, man.
A fable, my brother. First time watch for you as well. Very interested, man. What did you think of this, bro?
I thought this movie was just okay. There was really nothing that stuck out for me. There was some things that kind of distracted me, which was what you guys mentioned about the graininess of the film. I noticed the lines, the old 70s,
You needed
film.
to see this copy.
Yeah.
I wish they had a digital code, man. I wish they had. Screen Factory needs to get in the habit of some digital codes.
And I kind of see what Vert's talking about with the British stuff. I don't know if it's the British thing, but it's very British. A lot of the comedy, a lot of the bits in it, which kind of fall flat when, like when they cut his guts out, his guts are actually hanging out, and they're like, "Oh, my guts are out here, mate." And he's like, "Oh, well, let's put them back in," and then just run it down. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
They're not gonna fit.
That really happened. Like Platoon, you see that all the time.
Of course, they're fucking fit.
I actually liked it.
I love that.
No, it was funny, but it threw the whole tone off for me completely.
Yeah.
It's like a whole parody.
Right there, the horror went out the window. Everything went out the window. It was just like, okay, now I'm watching this stylistic movie. It's no more like, it's this action movie, really. It's not really a horror movie to me. It's just like these people stuck in this house with a bunch of wolves trying to kill them. It was okay. Story was predictable, but it's like Robbie said. The actors, especially Pertwee, and the main guy, I don't know his name.
That's Kevin McKidd.
Kevin McKidd.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good leader. He plays a good leader, and I liked his leadership skills, and I liked the sergeant guy, and I did enjoy the werewolf design. I like that they have these giant hulking heads and these like kind of thin, long bodies. And when you guys said the silhouette stuff, I did enjoy those shots. I thought that's when it looked the best, when they didn't show so much. So that kind of thing saved it for me from being a bad movie. So, but it was just okay for me. And, when it ranks to werewolf movies, like you guys said, it's not too many, but this would probably be at the bottom for me, honestly. So, yeah, it was okay.
Man,
the only one thing bothered me through this movie is, and every scene bothered me, and this must happen 5 times in the movie, where a character would literally, the window would break, the wolf would come in and go out, and every single one of those characters stood in front of that friggin' window and gave a speech. And then every single one that did that got fucking killed, sucked out into the woods, and died.
Dogs, more like pussies.
That bugged the shit out of me.
Like, I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp.
Yeah.
That's one of my pet peeves in cinema.
The windows, man.
I hate when people are running from Michael Myers. They close the door and then they lean up against the door.
Yeah.
Like, what are you fucking? Duh. Yeah. Like, don't lean up against the door. They can punch right through it. You ever seen a movie?
Yeah, watch out for the window, man.
It was like Robbie says, a little overly verbose, especially in that third act when he's explaining why he should go save himself. He's like, "Go save yourself, man, go!" Because then he's giving his own entire speech and stuff, and these werewolves are like, can't. Like at first they can break through doors easily, then they can't break through doors too easily, and these guys are cutting holes through the entire house.
Right. Well, plus there's no way in God's earth that McKidd would have survived that house exploding the way it did. He would have been toast.
Yeah. So I figured those moments, those silly moments, fell flat for me, maybe because of the way it's directed, or it's the British thing, I think, a little bit, because sometimes they have this subtle humor, and I think in this it didn't go for me. Like, there's a movie that was out a couple years ago that me and Steph reviewed on Blame Fable, and it was about these soldiers that parachute in, and then they find out about these like zombie guys.
Yeah, I was on that episode.
You remember what was the name of that movie?
Fuck, I don't know, but it was good.
Yeah, that is a better version of this to me, right? It has that silliness to it.
Yeah,
but it comes off more entertaining to me.
God, what was that called?
See, man,
Steph, if you're in the chat,
I
let us
just
know.
love the idea of this movie, man, with the freaking soldiers and the werewolves. I just feel
Overlord.
like it's just like a
Overlord.
match made in
Oh,
heaven.
Overlord, yeah.
Oh, Overlord, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, though I love the idea of this film though. I love like the freaking soldiers going up against these werewolves, and I love spoiler alert if you guys haven't watched it. I just love the twist at the end that it's like because they're in this kind of like small like town in a way, kind of almost like the American Werewolf in London. Like they have this small knit little
was
town
a
that
family.
they know what's going on, and that's what they instead the town that. It's like the opposite, you know what I mean, of the American Werewolf in London, like that little pub town.
Mhm.
Like they know what's going on, but they're afraid of it. Where in this one, it's like they're the fucking werewolves, Like they have a lot of references to like older
Right.
horror movies too, which it's just a fucking guy trying to do something fresh and new, and also taken from what he loved as a horror fan himself, and I see right through it because I also watched the commentary with it, so I was able to see what
You could definitely
going
see
through
the
his head a little bit
influences.
more. I don't know if any
Oh,
of you
yeah.
guys were able to pick up on the commentary.
You can see the influences because when they're looking through the woods and everything's black and white, right? And he's looking around. To me, that gave me Evil Dead vibes.
Oh, it gave
from the demonic thing. So
I watched a really good video. I recommend if you're in the chat, if you're watching this and you're a fan of this movie, or if you're not and you want to learn more, Ryan Hollinger, which I don't know if you guys ever watch his channel, but he is phenomenal on YouTube. He does this whole comparison to Predator. And to him, it was like the white vision is just like the Predator heat vision or night vision. And he goes through the whole thing comparing them, and it's like the same movie. Replace the werewolf with the Predator, and it's really, really similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. True.
Out the chest.
To your point, Dylan, I wanted to throw in, you're talking about the influences. One little thing I picked up because I watched American Werewolf in London again yesterday, just because I was prepping myself, getting in werewolf mode. But they blame the little town with the pub in American Werewolf. They blame it on an escaped lunatic from a mental institution, and it's the same thing in this movie. They say it's not. They're saying somebody escaped, and that's who's killing people out in the woods. So it's like they took that right from there. And then as I'm looking at the cast over here, the names of these characters are hilarious. One of them's name's Bruce Campbell. Another one is H.G. Wells.
He's Bruce Campbell the dumbass that impales himself on that fucking branch?
I think so.
I was like, that's a little unrealistic.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was great.
I thought it was cool.
Fast, man.
That whole goddamn thing goes through him, man.
That
like,
could happen.
how fast is he running? Like, Jesus Christ.
He was running fast.
Well,
like, I feel like if that happened, he would just be
man.
like, I think he would just be like, ow.
Dude, he was running for his life.
I just don't know, man, if that's that much force, but call Mythbusters.
And then if you got to slide your ass off that thing, you get a few splinters, I think. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's over at that point.
But
that's when you just break it off.
Look, I got a stick in me.
That's your new look.
Yeah, do a Rambo, just fucking put some flame on it. You're good as new.
Cook a kebab on it, why not?
I could go for a kebab. What about when that dude puked on the other guy? Just randomly.
They said in the thing they had to do that take about 4 different times to get it right too.
That's funny. You guys want to dive into the practical effects then on this? Let's see. Does it say who did them? Special makeup and animatronic effects, Image FX. So Image, I know that's definitely a name I recognize. I'm not sure what else.
This was supposed to be Jason Statham too. He turned this movie down and said in the thing.
That would have helped me. not that he's great, but it'd be like, oh, that's that fucking dude.
Yeah, because this is back
Depends on
early
who
in
he's
his career.
playing, man. Because I think the main 3 guys here.
He would have been playing the McKidd character.
Yeah, like the sergeant, the captain, and the private. Yeah. Like private, was it Cooper? Like absolutely.
You're right. Scarp had nailed it. Like I was even thinking that if I knew these actors, I would have liked the whole. I would have had a better experience with the whole thing. Like if I was already familiar with them, even bone structure wise, their faces were very similar. Like these dudes looked a lot alike, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm surprised you didn't know, the Alfred Pennyworth guy.
No, I
And then
knew
the Game of
him,
Thrones
and I
guy.
knew the
Game of
onion
Thrones.
Knight.
Yeah.
I knew those two.
The Kevin McKidd apparently,
He was in Rome.
he was in but he was also in Train Spotting, and I cannot place where he was in Train Spotting. I need to look that up because I love that movie.
Yeah, he had a great show in the I think it was early '90s called Journeyman. Lasted for like 1 year. It was an excellent show. And then now I think he's on that medical show that everybody loves.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
I
Grey's
saw that
Anatomy.
in his bio.
But yeah, practical effects, man. I say that, dude, these are absolutely great. I love
my
the
God.
design of the werewolves.
He's the dude with the blonde hair in fucking Train Spotting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good, bro. But
I would not have picked him to be. He's the guy with the oh my God, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm tripping now. Holy shit, that is him.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I know that movie Train Spotting, but I don't. It's been a long time.
His biggest role was in Rome, really, on HBO.
Kingdom of Heaven too. But yeah, dude, the practical effects are awesome. The werewolves look fucking badass. I absolutely love the design of them. Like Robbie said, they kind of give you that howling vibe, These ones with the long legs don't really bother me as much because I feel like they can do the stand up and then they also can like be on all fours, so they can fucking really come at you. Where they have the one where it's like in werewolf movies where it's either they stand up or they're on all fours, like American Werewolf in London. You don't really get both a lot of times, I feel like, and I
think everything about those far away shots almost looks like they're in spandex. I expected a couple of them to fucking do the pirouette and start doing some dancing there. I think they should have added more.
Talking about.
They should have added some mane or something so they're not as. They look like they all went through Nair.
I think you're probably thinking of some late night Showtime Cinemax video that you were watching.
They had hairless legs and arms. Look at the shots again. They were
I know you're talking.
You're really talking about.
They were pretty dark and smooth. Let me tell you.
They just looked like Grizzlor from the Mighty Horde from Masters of the Universe. That's what they did.
Fucking Fable, my man. I'll start with you this time. What do you think of the practical effects?
Fucking Fable.
It's fucking bone, Fable. Tell them how fucking bone the practical effects are.
They were good with $2 million budget. See, I didn't know that.
That's not.
And it's what 2 million GBP or whatever. That's probably less.
That's more than us. That's like
sometimes I watch these movies and I'm like, oh, this could have been done better. That could have been done. When you guys tell me the budgets of these things, it puts these things in a big, recontextualizes the whole entire movie. So, you guys telling me that there's a $2 million budget, I think it's great. For $2 million. I think the werewolves look great. I didn't get the spandex feeling on the Scarpath's talking about, but they did kind of almost look a little look like what do you call those things you hang on your wall, the heads of animals and shit?
They're called heads of animals.
That you know what I'm talking about? There's a word
yeah, like the trophies, like the
I
think they're just called heads of animals, man. Like that's a deer head.
In a lot of cases, the other side is on the other side of the door.
Right.
Watch Dahmer for more on that.
Right now, obviously no animatronics. They can't make the lips curl up and stuff like that. But and they smartly chose to do a lot of the gore off screen, so it's a lot of it's implied blood splatter everywhere, stuff like that. When they show the guts and the goo and the blood and stuff, it does look properly nasty. So I think it's really good for $2 million. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good.
Yeah, Two Gunny also agrees. Thinks practical effects and animatronics for well was good. Yeah, dude. Scarpad, what'd you think?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good just to not see, CGI blood, which I think is terrible. I hate. So yeah, the effects, the wound stuff is all done great. The I like the for the most part, I love the werewolves except for the hairless legs, and I think the practical effects were done really well, and all the setting was done well. I think they spent the money wisely. I mean, $3 million doesn't go for it. They got to get all the actors, all the build all the scenery, do all the special effects, cater the thing. The money gets spread around. I think it shows that the director, even though it's early in his career, could manage the art of bringing a movie in under budget with very respectable effects.
I really love that you said that, because that is what has made him what he is today, and that's what got him Game of Thrones, and that's what kept him getting more Game of Thrones episodes. Because
it's also one of the reasons why the movie took so long to make, though, because they kept trying to get to these tax havens, and then the shit would fall through, and they ultimately filmed most of it in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Yep. No taxes,
which is the Rhode Island of Europe, just so everybody knows.
But the set designs and the atmosphere of this entire movie, perfect, and I love it. Love it. But Vern, my man, what did you think of the practical effects?
I think they look dope, man. I'll just to add to it, some of you guys mentioned the blood. To me, that's one of the highlights. Like, I like the thickness of the blood. Like when that dude guts himself, and then they just show the blood splashing on the tree to kill him, they save some money right there, but you feel the effect of that. I thought the blood looked great. Nice color, nice texture. But another thing to add in, I get what you're saying, Scarpad, about the hairless legs. The legs do look hairless, but it doesn't bother me. There's like this awkward weirdness to it with the length of their bodies. They're like if they're based off a dog, they're like the greyhound of werewolves. You know what I mean? They're like a lot of legs going on these things. But I liked it, and I liked that they had them. There's something about the way that they looked in a trio, like just the three of them together. Like there was just a lot of cool shots that looked dope like that. There was Robbie, you said you didn't think they showed I thought they showed the werewolf quite a bit towards the end of the movie. They ramped it up. They showed you a little bit, then a little more, and then like by the end of the movie, we're getting quite a bit.
Yeah, but they're like quick cuts, and there's still like some. They're still disguising. They're still hiding certain things.
For sure, but I
mean that's intentional, right? To be like, let's hold back, and they don't do that anymore. Like I don't know.
I think they did it wisely for the most part. I would say that there's a shot or two where it's like, all right, this looks a little fake. You know, like those Dario Argento movies where they've got the dog, and it's just like clearly they just got a dog puppet shaking on the neck right now.
That's effective, man.
It wasn't to that degree, but there was a few instances where like it looked a little like, a little like that too. But the other thing I was just gonna throw in there, I don't know,
call out Spiria like that, bro. I just gotta say, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Like the one thing about that movie that's a little off. Okay?
Exactly. But the usage of fog, like they were heavy on the fog in this. I thought they used it well and to great effect. So yeah, it's like the highlight of the movie are the practical effects for sure.
I can dig
definitely. But yeah, Robbie, my man.
Yeah.
Robbie Thrills. What'd you think, bro?
I love this. It's one of my favorite things about the movie. That and just the characters, the performances, but like the effects are awesome, bro. Like, first of all, the werewolves, they look great. You get thin dudes, they got dancers, right? And they're on stilts and shit, so they're walking around. It's literally there. It's so much better to like film something that's there and like disguise maybe some of the things that don't look right. So you add in the fog, you add in the way that they film it, the lighting, all that kind of stuff. Unlike in She-Hulk, we're just like, oh, we'll do it all in post. Who cares that we got a 7-foot tall woman right next to Maslany? Like, who cares? Like, we don't need that. But the effects are great. I love the look of the werewolves. I think they look amazing. I love the gore in this movie. It was way more gory than I thought it would be. Now, Evil Dead's a big influence on this movie. Evil Dead in the UK was dubbed a video nasty and was banned for a long time. If this movie came out in 1980, it would have been banned in the UK. Like 100%. Like, this movie is gory. It's got blood, it's got guts, and it's all over the place, and it's very realistic. It's very much excessive. It's not like the whole room spitting blood at you, but I think the gore in this movie is some of the better parts. I I am bummed out that we didn't get a transformation, but I think if they tried to do a transformation, it would hurt the film because they knew that they couldn't do it. But
I agree.
I really like it though. I think the special effects are one of the best parts.
That moment with the bad guy, Captain Ryan, where he's about to transform and then he goes under the table. I'm like, these motherfuckers. Because I thought, you know what I mean? They faked like they were about to give us a transformation. And I was, getting excited for that. Then he goes under the table and pops up full werewolf, which was cool. It wasn't bad, but it's like, oh, fuck, we're not going to get it evidently.
Yeah. And then they tease you again when Chick's about to turn and they just shoot her in the fucking head. And you're like okay.
Well, that's the only thing I didn't care for much in the movie. In the beginning of the movie, which was very much Commando and Predator, we have these characters shooting these weapons that would literally rip apart. I don't care if you're a werewolf or whatever you are. You would be in pieces on the ground. Yet later on, I understand, once they go the silver bullet route, they shoot them once and they're dead. But that just didn't make too much sense. Even the bullets going out would have had some serious damage on those werewolves, I think.
There's a ton of weird strategies. It's the door thing. The door thing was killing me because they're breaking through these windows, doors, and then at some point they just cannot break through certain doors. It's like that door is rickety.
Right, and half the windows they broke into, they left open. They didn't even bother closing them up.
Yeah.
That scene upstairs with Sean Pertwee where they're both shooting him out the window. The werewolf is just like hanging out here looking at him.
There's also they actually toned back some of the gore. I don't know if anybody like Verno said, there's a lot of all of our favorite YouTubers that do horror reviews. They've covered this fucking movie. Oliver Harper's covered this movie. Bloodbath and Beyond's covered this movie. Brandon's I can't remember. Brandon's Lost, whatever. Good Bad Flicks covered this movie. Like, there's a ton of information out there about this movie. Drum Dums, right? They all loved the movie. Mm-hmm. But one of the things I learned while watching their thoughts was that, and this was on the Blu-ray too, but Spoon, standout character, and people loved him so much when they were making the movie. They were like, because originally they were gonna have two werewolves rip his ass apart, and you just see him get ripped apart like George Romero, Tom Savini. They filmed that though, from my understanding. They filmed it, but they apparently cut it out because they were like, we like Spoon too much, we can't see. I'm like, no, come on.
So that was your transformation money right there.
Right. Did you catch
on the cutting room fucking
on the floor?
Well, okay, was it a Matrix reference? Like, where's Spoon? Where's Spoon?
Yeah.
They go digging through this pile of goo, like, there is no spoon.
That cracked up, man. I was like, that's so cheesy. But I fucking loved it. I thought that was great.
There's a unique sense of humor with it, where it is like Fabi, you're saying, it's just different.
It's definitely British
sensibility.
Different. Yeah, it's super British. Yeah, like I said, when his guts started hanging out, and he's like, my guts out. He's like, we just got to put him back in, and he's just starts shoving his guts in.
What about the super glue scene?
Wasn't that scene from Platoon? Isn't there a scene in Platoon where Charlie Sheen is doing the same thing to one of his buddies?
Yeah, I think
he's pushing him in.
Right.
Yes.
It's from Platoon.
That's what you hear from war vets, right? Especially back in the Vietnam and era and shit. Like,
you can survive as long as there's no damage if they just slice the stomach.
That's why.
Yeah, but
of course, if you fall down and you get dirt in the shit.
That's why the sergeant's story in the beginning to me is so effective, right? Yeah. Because when he's talking, I work with a dude who served over in Afghanistan and all that shit, and the way he describes some of the shit, that is how it is. It's like you don't even know what's going on, then you realize these are pieces of somebody that I know, and just imagine how fucked up that is. Like, he tells the story that, he's walking around after something just happened and he's thinking that somebody just spilled macaroni all over the fucking floor. And he realizes that it's somebody. Like, that's fucked up, man.
To Eddie. I think that's the best part of the movie, with the guys telling his story about Eddie, the guy that blew up, and the tattoo on his back.
Just fucking his asshole at everybody.
The end of the movie where they're gluing him with super glue, that would absolutely work. I mean, they use that in hospital rooms.
That's why super glue was designed during Vietnam. That's actually what it's intended.
They explain that. They explain that in the movie, right?
Was that he was a werewolf. I mean, ultimately, that's what saved him. He was healing immediately.
That's right, exactly.
Affected. Yeah.
You don't realize that until you realize that. It's like, why isn't this dude dead?
And he's like, this ain't fucking normal, mate.
I love his character was great.
My fucking guts are all over the place.
And then the
now."
end he goes, hey, I'm nothing but a soldier. I'm designed for this, so this isn't surprising me. He was a good character. He was the best character in the movie, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt. Yeah, he's freaking fantastic. I love him. But yeah, Gore seems to think it's an excellent film as well, and I agree.
Yeah, it got the theatrical release in the UK, but here it debuted on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I, as well, as you guys know, I love the practical effects. They just look great. The guts, the wolves, it all looks incredible. You guys said it all. I also love the set designs for a lot of this. I know it's in the woods, and but like you said, it's got that Evil Dead vibe to it. Just with soldiers and werewolves, man, and I'm digging that. For me, that's just an ultimate win. You guys know I love Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and all that. I love my werewolves, so I fuck with that. Let me see. I'd say we did. Robbie, you want to talk about the music since you're big on the music? I don't know if anyone else is, if they're gonna really have much to say.
Yeah, I really want to talk about the music because it's by Mark Thomas, who apparently just has a lot of like TV work and stuff like that, and a lot of kids movies, which is weird. I love the music in this movie. I think it's another one of the great parts. It is driving. It is militaristic. You get that, like the drum,
Right.
Oh yeah,
and you get that dun 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 dun, and it also is able to slow down and do the creepy atmosphere. But it does kind of maintain the entire time. If you listen to the score isolated, there is no doubt in your mind it's a horror film involving the military. Like, and I think the music is phenomenal, bruh. To use one of the OG Dylan phrases, I love it. I think it's amazing. I listened to it a bit today on its own, and it's kind of like Life Force, where you're just like, and I just want to get on a horse or maybe a wolf and just fucking go to town. God damn it, man! I love the music in this movie. It's great.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I didn't know. I felt like it doesn't get picked up too much, but it gives you that perfect. This is a freaking war werewolves movie. This is a freaking soldiers scary movie. It is what it is, and it's effective as hell. Vern, my man, what did you think of it?
Everything Robbie said. I thought it was good. I mean, it didn't stand out to me. I didn't get that excited about it, but I did. There's moments where it's got the swelling strings. I definitely picked up on the drums. It just seemed like it makes sense for this movie to have the drums. It screams military at you. So it was solid, especially towards the end. There's this whole, I think the majority of the ending scene, it's just drums. They drop everything else, and it's just like a big ass drum solo going on. So it was pretty dope.
Oh yeah. What up, Kev? And Ginger Snaps is a great werewolf movie.
And they're right. It did
I
come.
love that one.
2 years before this film, so it was 2000. The first Ginger Snaps.
Yeah, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's one I showed Robbie too. I can't. That's crazy. Scarphead, my man. Did you pick up on the music? And if so, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, the music was great. The opening theme.
Yeah.
As you said, very militaristic. It was. I think, this film is kind of Scottish British, and it kind of fit that whole narrative. So yeah, the music is good. I mean, I don't know if I'll be listening to it tomorrow, but I think it fits well with the movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't catch who actually did the score on this movie. I have to go back and look.
He said it was Mark Thomas.
Robbie said it. Yeah, Mark Thomas.
Not familiar, but
what did you think of the music?
I thought it was just okay. The military kind of theme to it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit because I'm looking for it to be very creepy and very scary, and that music just doesn't scare me. It doesn't put me in the mood for that. But once I get the vibe of the movie, that is this werewolf war movie, like you said, then it fits perfectly.
Right.
Yeah. Then the scary tones come in.
Yeah.
I got you, brother. Hell yeah. Let's see. What is it? I guess what the movie's trying to say, we could go into that and then wrap into we could do what the movie's trying to say and your favorite character in one, because I definitely have a favorite character, especially with this ragtag team up freaking bandit soldiers we got here, or dog soldiers, not bandit soldiers.
A band of dog soldiers, war wolves, you may say.
Yeah. Who wants to kick this one off? Let's see. Fable, you want to start it off?
Yeah, I want to go last so nobody steals from me.
Yeah, I guess we mentioned him a bunch of times. The sergeant, man, he was great. I think everything. I think he chewed up the scene anytime he was in it. Right, any lines given to him, he knocked it out of the park. No matter how silly or ridiculous it was, giving a big speech and monologue while they being hunted down by all these werewolves. But it was great because he's so good at it. So yeah, I would have to go with the sergeant for sure.
Hell sure.
Mm-hmm.
Scarpet, who is your favorite character?
Yeah, the sergeant. I mean, just overall for how he kind of anchored the movie from the beginning right to the end. And I think both leads, the sergeant and McKidd Cooper was done well, but yeah, definitely Sean Pertwee was a standout. And as far as what the movie was trying to say,
Fable kind of forgot to say.
I
didn't know I was gonna just have. I didn't know if I said it weird.
Yeah.
No,
as far as what the movie was trying to say, I mean, I think it was all about authority, really military authority, and the difference between how soldiers interact with the entire squad, as opposed to dealing with the people up above them to make decisions. And then obviously when they're freed from that, you see how they all interact with this. Could be anything outside there. It didn't have to be werewolves. It's a war movie, whether it's werewolves or the Viet Cong or somebody else coming through those doors. They're going to act the same. So I think that's what the movie's narrative is. And I know the sergeant said this. He just said, it's just another day in the office for me. It doesn't matter that we're dealing with a greater force out there of supernatural beings or just military people. It's how we have to handle it. So I think it's all about authority and then dealing with a greater force coming in. So it was like a war movie to me more than a horror movie, but I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah. I love that scene though too, when he's like in the bed and he's like, I'm a fucking soldier, man. He's like, basically just like I'm prepared to die.
Right.
It's what I'm here for. If that's how it's gonna be, that's what it's gonna be.
He's like, when I signed my name on that line, I fucking meant it. Yeah.
Good scene.
So fucking good, man. He's so fucking
to add
good.
on to that, I guess I would just say that it's about sticking to your guns. The guy in the beginning, he's trying to be part of this badass outfit, and the one thing that he won't do is kill his dog, and he will never admit to saying that that's the wrong move. He's gonna die on that hill. Like, no, I don't kill no fucking dogs, and that's just it. Stick to your guns. And his sergeant is the same exact way. His platoon is that way. When everything's happening, the guy basically says, listen, I don't give a shit what's going on, what's attacking us. The point is we're stuck in this house and we got to get the hell out of here. And that's the situation, right? Like, stick to your guns, stick to the plan. And he ended up surviving doing that. So
stick to your bones, governor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Cool.
I'll be your translator tonight, everybody. Just
Vern, my man, who's your favorite character and what do you think the movie's trying to say, brother?
I mean, you guys took him, but I mean, the sergeant, I thought he was the best. He was the one that I connected to the most.
Good.
The other guy, the Onion Knight, I liked him too, especially. First of all, I know him. I know him well. You know what I mean?
Is that the dude that played Captain Ryan?
Yes, yeah. Like the bad guy, the guy that you're not supposed to trust. He's the Onion Knight. He's the one that's under the Baratheon king. He's like his right hand man.
My God, that's him.
The red.
He's very different.
The red woman's trying to get with the what?
Yeah. He gets put in prison, right? And the little girl and man. Yep.
Which was,
he's got the beard in it.
I always thought he was the dude from Leon the Professional for a while there. The French dude.
part of what I liked about him is that it was impressive how different he is. Like he's very likable in Game of Thrones. I mean, he's an actor, so but I could see why Robbie, why you wouldn't have recognized him, because he's so fucking different. Like you just don't like this dude from the get go.
Nah.
But he was good in it. And as far as the fucking theme, to me, like I'm partially cheating on my homework here because I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Like I said, there was one that I watched, a well thought out argument on this is about masculinity versus toxic masculinity versus the toxic femininity and all this shit. And there was this one scene.
Was that on Breitbart?
Okay, the scene where the woman tell me this didn't feel like completely out of left field when she makes the reveal that she's part of that family, and she's like, "It's that time of the month." Like it was like supposed to be like,
It's so
"Oh,
stupid.
this is tying in with
It's
that
like
theme
Ginger
that's been
Snap did
going
that
on
way
this
better.
whole time." It's like
Ginger
what the
Snap
fuck?
did that way
No,
better.
she just
bro.
meant the moon was coming up.
Yeah, but he's like women, all these bitches and shites. It's like where the fuck is this coming from? I felt like they tried to force some.
No, remember
theme
this movie's 20 years old, man. Those are universal themes, and that's probably how most soldiers think.
Yeah, but where did it come? It didn't fit in this movie. They tried to make it seem like it was like the theme of the movie right there, and this was like the climactic. Oh, you're feeling this punch now, and I was just like, it didn't work for me at all. So
yeah, I didn't care for the fact that she was one of the clan.
I didn't care for the fact that
you're not
I
in
don't
the
know
picture because you took it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, dun, dun, dun. Like, come on, I called that shit from the beginning.
her whole bit was strange,
And
but
she can somehow stop herself from transforming. She can transform at will.
Right.
She's the one. I don't.
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't even think about
it,
that.
it feels like both of those situations were like the studio made them put those in.
Right, it seemed forced, and I think thematically anything outside of like your typical, your typical either soldier stuff, like Fable was saying, that just following orders or going against your following orders or that, like that to me, it was just like, this is stupid. It would be fine if it made sense. It's like, that's a great theme. Like I can get behind that purely, but it seemed like it was forced in. So that's what I got. Nothing more of just bitching than anything from me.
Nice.
If you got to watch a soccer game, make sure you watch that soccer game. Do not go to the forest.
Should be home watching the footy.
That had me trying to figure. I was trying to figure.
Yeah, that's another thing too. At the very end of the movie, those newspaper headlines I thought were misplaced.
I thought
that's from a goofy type of more of a comedy type of horror movie.
There were certain moments throughout the film that had me like, is this fucking satire? Like, is this
supposed
to be
Shaun of the Dead?
Robert Edgar? Right.
Simon Pegg.
Robert Edgar.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg was supposed to be in this too.
If Simon Pegg had this script and was the director, it would come out. All those jokes that weren't landing. That
at the end, they get the soccer score in the bottom. It said something like "Werewolves ate my werewolves ate my platoon."
I did kind of like the Indiana Jones moment where the guy's just he's blowing shotgun blast after shotgun blast, and then the wolf grabs it, takes one shot back at him, and throws it back.
That was great.
Anyway,
that was great.
Yeah, where he was beating the shit out the wolf with the frying pan, and then stabbed him up like a million times. Like I thought that was well done as far as practical. He was just stabbing the shit out the wolf.
And then the wolf's just like, "You done, bruh? You done?"
Yeah. The wolf was like, "You ready? You good?"
I'm gonna give you the shits.
It's like Smokey trying to fight Debo, man. He's just like, "Bruh, you done?"
Yeah, that was a good line too. I hope I give you the shit.
I hope I give you the shits, you wimp. You fucking wimp.
Wimp needs to come back as something to shade people with. You fucking wimp.
I'm surprised. That's what he said, you wimp. I'm surprised he didn't say like you. I hope I give you the shit, you fucking cunt. That's what I would have thought he would have said. Robbie, my man, what did you think? What's your favorite character, and what do you think the movie's trying to say, my brother?
A favorite character number one is Sean Pertwee, the sergeant. You guys already talked about him a lot. Liam Cunningham.
You're just taking him off the board. He's so fucking good.
Liam Cunningham as Captain Ryan is great. Verno mentioned him. I get the Onion Knight, I guess.
Yeah.
Kevin McKidd as Private Cooper is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Such a great leader. He gave me vibes of like the military aspect of it gave me vibes of like the third act of 28 Days Later, right? Where it's like a bunch of military dudes like but these guys were a little bit more noble, a little bit more honorable. Darren Morfitt as Spoon, fucking awesome. Spoon is fucking awesome in this movie. I don't want anybody to downplay him. He's the one that was beating the shit out of that werewolf, and the wolf's just like, bro, come on, come on. And then they go up, and it's just pieces of them all around. What it's about? It's a criticism of the military. It's a criticism of the macho mindset, and not trying to trigger Verno over here, but I wrote down it's about morality and masculinity and how that works out. Not like saying toxic masculinity or anything like that, because that's just a weird term that people use just to get a buzz, right? But how masculinity works with morality, right? Because certain things are good within the moral code, but then they're not in the bro code, right? You can break, like, it's, so I like that because it's basically like, how far will you go for survival? Because the whole bit where Cooper at the beginning is like, I won't shoot the dog. I won't shoot the dog. Why? Because there's no reason, is what he said. He will not hesitate to shoot this fucking chick at the end who's about to turn. Fucking done. It's over, bro. You're out of here, right? So it's about what I mean when I say morality and masculinity. How that masculine sense of honor, which is perfectly encapsulated by the soldier, right? Like discipline, honor, that kind of thing. First of all, how that can go awry. And it's not just about loyalty to your squad. That's what's going on in the beginning of the movie, right? You kill this dog because you're loyal to me because I told you so. No, I got to agree with my leadership. I got to feel like they got honor. And so then there's a different sense of honor. If there's bros before anything else goes, or there's what is the right thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes the right thing to do is to shoot this bitch in the head before she turns into a werewolf, because that's just what it is. So it's about honor. How far do you go for survival? What is the line? Morality is not as simple as we think it is. You know, there are degrees to it. So yeah, morality, masculinity, and a criticism of the military and a macho man mindset.
let me add some, if you don't mind. Like, here's where I noticed this on the second time after I'd watched some of these reviews where they're talking. This dude, like I said, he was comparing it to Predator. In Predator, you've got the team out there, they're being as macho as you could be, and they're just fucking wiping the floor with everything. Then the Predator comes in, and then all of a sudden they've met their match, and all that goes out the window. And he was saying it's pretty much the same thing in this. But before the werewolves join, we've got a group of men all sitting around being like, so what makes you afraid? What are you scared of? And that's like the opposite of all that. That's why it doesn't jive with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
That's some of the faults in the writing. You can
the tone, tone
first time screenwriter, and that's some of the bits where like that's where you as a screenwriter are trying to force in a theme or a set. Right.
And as I said, I love that. I think that was maybe the best character building bit, and it was clearly the best. The main
led to the story about ass chucker or whatever the fuck they call him, right? He's chucking his asshole to everybody. Like it led to that scene, which foreshadows what they're all about to go through, because there is no spoon.
Right.
This movie is about perception of reality.
Whoa.
And they did get that bit from Army of Darkness. Remember when she turned into a demon, Ash's girlfriend?
Yeah,
like,
you found me beautiful once.
He's like, that's just pillow talk, baby, or something like that.
Yeah, honey, you got real ugly.
He did the same thing with the girl. Yeah. He's like turned into a wolf. He was like, goodbye.
Because there were moments where you feel like they're like in a romantic thing is about to bud there, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so they set him up in the beginning to not shoot that dog. So there's a piece of you that thinks you follow all orders, bruh. No, follow the right orders. That's what the movie's about. Mm-hmm. Question authority, like Scarpat says.
And damn, those werewolves had some good-looking legs.
Legs for days, baby.
Using air, bro.
Their legs for days. Dolphin spoon.
Sean Pertwee, definitely favorite character without a doubt. But I think everyone is great and serves their purpose in this film. Like you said, Spoon, great. What was it? The main guy, Ricky or whatever in real life.
Private Cooper.
Cooped
What is
up.
his name? Cooper. Yeah. I liked him a lot. Definitely the movie is I guess like Fable, I think was the one that said it, just kind of standing your ground, not just being like just sometimes you hear that like these soldiers aren't that they're men, that they're not there to just be told to do something, just follow blind orders. That's where he's like, I'm not gonna just kill him for no reason. Like there's a reason. Like if the dog was attacking me, like at the end when he knows that this bitch is about to fucking kill him, he blasts. You know what I mean? But he's like, this dog is not gonna do anything to me. I'm not gonna just kill an innocent dog.
That dog won't mess with you unless your guts are spilling out, and then the dog's going to have its day.
Well, that's a different dog.
Okay.
Well, he was going to shoot that dog. He was going to shoot him at the end, and he stopped him again. So, but man, that dog was chewing on my kidney. You got to go.
Yeah, though I think everybody absolutely is great in this movie, and absolutely hands down. So one of my favorite werewolf movies, man, and crazy first time watch for all you guys, bro. Seriously,
it's top 12 for sure.
For you. Let's see. We'll get into the rating. Anything else anyone wants to throw out of there, or will you guys just throw that out with your rating? Anyone in the chat? You guys are able to watch Dog Soldiers. Throw your rating down below out of 1 to 5. You slips. Whoa, what's up now, Phil? My bad.
No, just questions. I was a little confused about the origins of all of this. They are a family that live in a
Seems
farm,
more like kind of
like
a farm, like a little like a small type of land. Like they have neighbors, and they all are werewolves, like a small community of werewolves.
It's the suburbs of the dudes in the Howling, is what it is.
Right.
It's the ones who are like,
it's where
those guys are cool, but I don't like all that feely stuff.
Sundown. There's this movie, that vampire movie, where they have like their own community, and they're like hidden out. That's kind of what it is. And then they're just like picking up hitchhikers along the way, and it seems like the bears are just picking them up.
The special forces dudes went
there
to hunt them.
Yeah,
they went there to hunt the werewolves. But
used
the other guys were bait.
Yeah,
were bait, right?
Gotcha.
Which was obvious the entire time.
Draw them out, but they thought there was only one.
Yeah, because when they find the captain, he's like, there was only supposed to be one.
That's part of my. I was gonna wait until I get my ready to get. That's part of my gripe. Like, it's like a fucking pet peeve in movies when it's like the guy's like, that was only supposed to be one. That was supposed to be one, and nobody's like, what do you mean? Can you expand upon that? Like,
so many moments in this movie where that happens, where they get a revelation, but nobody like. They don't like
the girl later. She says something I have it written down. She says, "Oh, she's like, so this wasn't a rescue mission," and they're just like, "Nope." And then they don't be like, "What do you mean rescue mission? Who was supposed to be being rescued? Like, can you explain what? Like,
and
shit
why
like
is
that
she?
drives me
And
nuts.
why is she anticipating a rescue mission?
Yeah.
She's a fucking werewolf.
No, and then when she's telling him the story, she's like, after you've seen what you see, you may never have a night's sleep again.
Yeah,
because I'm a wolf.
She ran into him and drowned him in the house in the first place.
She twirls the mustache that grows.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that part. It didn't need to be in there. But
they could have just made her like, just a chick that was there studying these weird creatures out in the woods, and either she makes it through or she doesn't. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe the idea is like she gets cut or bit, and so he knows that she's going to turn.
He has to. Where the families are the werewolves, but
they
didn't.
Yeah, but you got to figure it this way. I mean, there's only one full moon a month, so the other fucking 3 months, 8, 9, 12 months out of the year, they're just dicks.
Just chilling. Yeah.
They just chill in the woods, don't do nothing.
I know they had a small budget, but I think a flashback scene could have helped, like give a little bit of background on that family, a little bit, or so. I don't know, maybe not, but it could have.
I don't know how they would.
They were going to do a sequel that never panned out. Then they were going to do a series that never panned out. So I'm sure that they
would have been cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that they want to, because the series was supposed to be called like Dog Soldiers Legacy, And I think maybe that would have been the purpose. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, maybe that would have got more into the families or whatever.
yeah, but this movie's 20 years old. Jesus Christ. Holy cow.
Right?
I would have
That's
liked.
That's what Neil Marshall was saying. He's like, Jesus, I can't.
I would have liked to seen how they could have maybe worked in "fuck the police" into this movie. You know, somehow.
Right.
Bruh, right?
The time frame is right, 2001, man.
But it'd be that UK version. So it'd be like, fuck the police, mate, come
Yeah, that
from
would be good.
underground.
Fuck the coppers.
Fuck the
Fuck
cops.
the
They coulda
coppers.
got
They ain't
that
got
in
no
there.
guns. They got whistles. Whistle on my dick, mate.
Fucking hell.
So, Fable, you want to kick us off with your rating, my brother?
I'm gonna start working on that song right now. Whistle on my dick. Fable, make me a beat.
We're just whistling too, like
Whistle on my dick.
whistle on my dick.
When they tell you to drop the beat, you drop the beat.
This movie's average to me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's nothing to it. Nothing from it stands out for me. As far as werewolf movies, and one of the things is that it's not scary to me. This is more of an action movie with a dark skew to it. It reminds me of like a Wolfenstein video game or something to that degree, a Doom, if you will, that kind of thing. The guy survives at the end. He's the only one left. That's that Evil Dead stuff. I've seen a lot of the influences where it comes from, and I feel like those films are better at doing it than this one is. But the performances save a lot of it. The werewolves themselves save it. So I'm just gonna go down the middle. 2.5 slips.
Respectable enough.
2.5.
Better than what I gave us last week.
You're breaking Dylan's heart a little bit. I can see.
Sorry.
No, and I hate it. I hate when I want to
what
love
you like,
everything
bro.
Dylan loves.
You're fine, brother. It's fine.
Definitely want.
I love it. I love
Celebrate
it enough for my
some
damn
of these
self.
movies with you.
It's just nice to
sometimes
be.
It hurts.
It's nice to be part of a review, not so contentious.
Right.
2.5. Scar pad, my man. What do you think?
I think the combination of humor, horror, action, great characters, decent special effects would, and all, it's a little bit more unique because it is over Scotland, so it kind of feels like something we haven't seen before, will lead me to give this movie out of 5. Are we out of 5 or out of 4? I forget. Out of 5?
5.
Out of 5, I am going to give it a 3.5 slips.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
3.5. Verno, my man. What are you thinking in that book?
It's funny, man. I'm like, I've been like trying to like. I was coming into this. I'm like, I think I'm at like at first I'm like maybe like I'm at like a 3.25, and then I'm like, no, I'm probably closer to a 3. And then as the reviews went on, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like this fucking movie that much. Like, I'll go with you, Fable. I'm with a 2.5 because like I gave this every chance I could, and then like I said, I watched all these reviews. I'm like, everybody fucking loves this movie. Like, what am I missing? Right. But it's just evidently it's not for me. There's something about it that it's like it's not for me. Like everything you said, Fable, I agree with you. The wolves are cool. I would like to see the series where they take this design, just like Killer Clowns. Take that Killer Clowns design and keep it. Give me that in another movie and shit. Speaking of, I was at Spirit buying all this shit today, and I'm like, I wish I liked Killer Clowns the movie better, because I would totally get down with buying all the merchandise that they have, because I like the merchandise better than I ever liked that movie. But 2.5.
Oh, why you gotta be bringing that up again, man?
Oh my God, Killer Clowns is a classic to Beyond the Stars, man.
Yeah.
Beyond.
It was fun. I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much as enough to buy all the shit.
It was certainly better than us.
No, it was not. Fuck no, it was not.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
this
100%.
movie
It makes more sense.
Now
I
we know
believe
what
fucking
Slippers are.
balloon dogs will kill somebody quicker than some dude will come out of the sewer and replace me.
Forever.
I agree
Anytime
with
you
you.
rate anything
I
Scarpad,
agree.
I'm going to compare it to us and be like, really? That was better than us?
Killer Clowns is better than us.
This is why we do these panel reviews, because we all have differing opinions, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
And we're cool with
2.5.
Hell sure. All right, Robbie. What did you think, my man?
Solid as a werewolf film. Weak as a general overall film, right? Like the story falls apart. If this wasn't a werewolf film, if it wasn't Horror Fest, I would be really critical of this movie, right? Like super critical. But
it's not Horror Fest. So just tell me what you think.
Well, I am. I'm trying to say.
Good.
I love
hold back just because it's Horror Fest.
I'm trying to say I'm a horror fan, so like obviously I have an affection already, an affinity to it. Outside, if this was a, I don't know, like Afghani soldiers instead of werewolves, I'd be like, meh, right? But I love the special effects. I love the music. I love the performances and the characters and some of the dialogue. But man, it is kind of rough as far as just pace goes, and it's got some issues, especially in the third act. I'm going to give this a 3. 3 out of 5. I think it's a good, solid film. I don't mind not having it in my collection. I enjoy this film. I'll watch it again, but there are at least 11 other werewolf films I'll go to first.
Well, you own the screen. You own the regular Screen Factory.
I know, but I don't think a clearer picture is going to change it. But I think it's a movie that I will grow to like even more because my favorite bits are going to become more. I'll be more engrossed with, right? But I got a major problem with the whole chick being the werewolf, and it just doesn't make sense. It feels like it's a twist thrown in there just to fucking put a twist in there. But I do like the film. I really respect what they did.
I forget if the studio was the one who did that shit.
I would think so.
But 3 out of 5, which I think is very respectable for this film.
What was I gonna say? What do you like better, this or Ginger Snaps?
Ginger Snaps for sure.
Right.
Come on, bro. It's got what's her name in it? Catherine
bro.
Isabel. Man,
Dude.
come on, bro.
This shit got
She can get it.
81% from the critics.
I know.
79%.
People love this film, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I think it's because we're
79
starved.
IMDb.
We're starved for good werewolf fiction, man. We really are.
That could be it too. Yeah, because it's so predictable. At least she gives him the knife at the beginning. Oh, hey, this is over a knife in a werewolf movie. I'm like, I know what's gonna happen with that.
Well, the thing is, I like this movie a lot, but I'm even thinking in the scope of werewolf movies, this is still pretty low in the scope of werewolf movies. There's probably only all the other werewolf movies you could possibly tell me, with the exception of maybe Wolf Cop. Don't tell me Wolf Cop. That is worse than this.
I think it's better than Bad Moon, for instance.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I like Bad Moon enough. I like the werewolf effect, but it's also kind of weird and dumb.
Oh, yeah, it's better than that.
I'm glad you said that because I've been looking at that and I've almost watched it the last few nights.
I recommend it, man. So that you watch
why
it.
The fuck
watch
would you
it.
just say that, Robbie.
Watch Bad
Watch
Moon.
it, Vern.
Watch Bad Moon
I will.
and Silver Bullet, and
I've
then
looked
watch
at it.
me and
Now
Dylan
he's
talking
gonna-
about
You
them.
just ruined it in his head.
No,
I
I
know it.
didn't. God damn it!
The switch
You
went off
you
for
think
Vern.
Verno is that like?
Oh, I'm
Like,
influenceable, guys.
You think
I'm
he's
very
that
right.
like
No, Dylan's
gooey
right.
in his
See?
brain?
Dylan's
I
right.
know
Vern's gonna be
Vern
watching
easy because
15
now you
videos
know
before he
in
even watches the
headspace
movie.
that Robbie
We
is.
watched Hocus Pocus 2 last night, and
Oh,
my
good
fiance's cousin
Me too.
made a post about this movie fucking sucks, and I'm just thinking about that whole time, which she was wrong. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I
Let
didn't
it be
think
known.
it was bad.
No, I thought it was great, but she's not. She's some
The
fucking
Sanderson
clown.
sisters
If
are
Robbie had
great.
told me it was awful, I would have been like, oh boy.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what.
You know.
Hocus Pocus 2 is gonna be the same as Hocus Pocus 1 for me. I will only ever watch it if my lover or my sister wants to watch it. That's
you're
that's
crazy.
it, bro.
That's exactly why I'm watching it.
Dude,
Unless-
That's exactly
I love Hocus
what my wife
Pocus.
said.
Unless
You're
Bette
watching Hocus
Midler
Pocus
comes
too.
in
I'm
here
like,
and bites me on the ass, I ain't watching it.
I love Hocus Pocus, bro.
He's
Yeah.
chucking his whole
I do.
asshole
I
at Sarah
like
Jessica
Hocus
Parker.
The second one might even be better.
Ugh.
I don't know, man. The first one's got Doug Jones in it as the zombie dude or
I
whatever.
think he
He
comes
came
back.
back.
Yeah,
comes back.
he's in it quite a bit.
Okay. Maybe I'll check. Are we going to cover that for Horror Fest? Dylan, what
not
do you
if we
think?
don't do Hellraiser. If we become
Oh, we're gonna
Hocus
do
Pocus
Hellraiser.
before
It-
Hellraiser.
it's gonna have to be on a
Exactly.
different day.
I know.
It
There's so
comes
much.
out
Please do it on like a
Friday.
Wednesday or something,
I
man.
want to do Terrifier 2 as well.
Oh, there we go. Scary movie.
That's gonna be a hard
I'll do a
one.
reaction after you see it next week.
But yeah, we're definitely, dude.
think it's playing
Hellraiser,
here.
bro. I am so hyped for it, bro. Like,
Hearing good stuff
I-
about it. So
Me
they
and Dylan-
showed it
me
at
and
what
Dylan
Fanatic
watched
Fest or
it.
what?
yeah,
Dylan, what do you
right.
rate this movie? I'm curious,
yeah,
man.
let's
We're
see.
getting off track. here.
You're good, bro. Dude, I'm so hyped for Hellraiser. So I get it. But I'm gonna give it a 4.0, 4 slips, 4 freaking dog soldiers, dog. And looks like 2 gonna agrees with me. He gives it a 4 point, slips as well. And Bobby D gives it a 4, slips and a milk bone.
Hell yeah,
And,
man.
Two Gun agrees with you, Robbie. He goes Ginger Snaps over Dog Soldiers. I'm a Dog Soldiers.
Team Wolf over
Dog Soldiers
Dogs
is more
better.
rewatchable to me as well.
Teen Wolf 2 over Dog Soldiers. How about that?
There you
Jason
go.
Bateman as the boxer cousin. Come on, man. I love Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
I thought the same, Zach. I was like, because the sequels 20 years later always are dog shit. But I was like, yeah, not bad, pretty good.
I heard that's going to be the sequel they're finally going to do 20 years later for Dog Soldiers. Is Dog Soldiers dog shit?
So what we got 2.5 from Fable. We got what did you say? 3 Scarpad, 3.5.
3.5.
3.5. What do we got? A 2.5 from Vern.
2.5.
And 3 from Robbie. So we got 2 2.5s, 1 3.5, 1 3, and 3 4s.
3 4s.
Yeah. Robbie D and
Counting the
D-Gun.
chat. He's trying to skew that rating up, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for an average score of, let's see, 4.060, or no, we'll do a 3.69 because I'm gonna average it out to what it is.
We can't average that over a 4, bro. Come on.
3.69.
That's fair.
3.69. So that concludes the review for 2002's Dog Soldiers, directed by Neil Marshall. Next week we will be reviewing, what is it, Robbie?
Tales from the Crypt.
Is it Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah,
Demon
boy.
Knight.
Demon Knight. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Dylan just got so excited. He's like, I picked Demon Knight.
Hell yeah. Well, I know what I picked. I just always forget the dates. Man.
That's
I thought we were doing Tales from the Hood.
Miller, right?
Hell
Dennis
yeah.
Miller's
That'd
in
be,
this one, right?
be
No,
even better.
Dennis Miller's in Bordello of Blood. This one's got Billy Zane in it.
Oh, bro, I wish I should have done a double feature, bro. Real
I thought I had
talk.
Billy Idol.
But
That had Billy from Stranger Things.
dude, I love the artwork on these two, and
I'm
that
not sure
they
I have that
match
movie,
up.
though. I think I got it. I don't know.
I'm sure you've got it.
I don't
I
think so.
wish these need a 4K. These need 4K.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm having a hard time remembering Demon Knight, but I know it. And Bordello of Blood, I
That one
watched that
too.
a billion times when I was young.
Yeah,
Demon Knight was the
Bordello
first
of
one,
Blood,
right? Because that
dude,
one
I
hit.
watched both of these over and over growing up.
Right.
Bordello of Blood was a little harder at times for me to watch because, you know what I mean?
Which one was Tales from the Hood? Wasn't that one of them, too?
What was that?
No,
Tales from the Hood?
That's its own thing.
No,
it's
that's
its own thing.
That's,
It's
its own
that's
superior
a different
thing.
There is a third Tales from the Crypt movie, but it never got a Blu-ray release, and it's like a Tales from the Crypt Presents. It's called Ritual, and it has it has the Crypt Keeper like with dreads in Jamaica.
Yeah, that's a knockoff, man. Did you
It's
get that?
kind of, but Tim Curry's in it.
What did he just say?
Did you get that at Dollar General or what?
No,
No,
dude,
son.
I got this at the exchange, bro. I got this at my local exchange.
Show
Oh,
that
I thought you
corner
got the
again.
Dollar General.
You never seen this?
No, man.
dude.
Look at him in the corner.
That's gonna be like Creepshow
He's
3,
like,
man.
yeah,
I
I'm
bet.
on. He's like, it's
They
the
could afford a
Crypt
bigger
Keeper.
picture of him, though, huh?
That is cultural appropriation.
Well, wait, do we know
Oh,
the
man.
culture of the
I'll
Crypt
find
Keeper?
it.
We don't know what his skin color was before
At
he
one
died.
point, I believe he said he's from right by the beach. A lot of
Is
mercy.
Crypt Keeper, is that
Lord have mercy.
Call me
He's
now.
not
Yeah,
really
I'm
alive, so
If I wasn't from Jamaica, why would I wear this hat?
Right.
I drink at the Red Stripe. That was
Where
terrible.
the dreads coming from his fucking skull. Oh,
Find a picture.
At least Billy Zane's not in Dreads and Demon Knight.
dude, how did you find that DVD? What the
Dude, I
hell?
found it like this. I found this at like a local. It's called the Exchange. It's basically like.
so it's not even
they,
as
they,
good as
people,
Dollar
people
General.
go and like buy like trade their old stuff. So and
Is
I
that
dude,
called a
this
pawn
is
shop?
this is hard to find. You can
That's
find
a
this
pawn
on like
shop. You're
It's his
talking about.
used media store, Scarpad. Don't act like you don't
Yeah,
know about these
it's a
things.
used-
Come on.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like talking about my man goes to the damn thrift market, for the goods. I know where he finds his goods. Dude, you go to the thrift market, you'll find some goods. And but this is the exchange.
Right here.
I don't know.
Every
I
time
don't
you
know.
think you've
He's
seen
trying
it
to give me
all.
$dollar store shit, but it says $6 on here,
You
Scarpass.
paid $6 for that thing?
Yeah,
Oh
dude,
my
this
God, you got ripped off.
you can't find it.
You got
can't
raped,
find it.
man.
Dude.
Have you watched
paid
it, Dylan?
$6 for that?
Have you
Yeah, I
watched it?
watched it? It's okay. The why do you think it's
How
only
many
on
slips?
DVD?
Slips, how many slips? That's
It's
what I wanna
bare,
know.
dude. It's like it's barely a Tales from the Crypt. Like you know
It's
what I
barely-
mean?
it's
They
barely
just
for- worth
literally
a dollar.
threw him. It could be its own like movie, but they just throw him in like the front segment and the end for like
So
literally.
it's like
20
Hellraiser 5
seconds.
through 8. Is
Dylan,
what you're saying?
how
Lord.
far down did you have to dig to get that movie? I mean, was it a big pile of shit you had to dig down to get it?
No,
All the
dude,
shit
I
this
bought-
motherfucker down here loves, and he's giving Dylan shit.
Right,
right
I
now.
know,
Being
right?
experienced with
I
Tales
know.
from the Crypt.
And then, literally, I bought that like
Hey, what's better, The Ritual or
not
Us?
that long ago.
Oh God, I don't know.
The
What's
ritual.
Oh shit!
Shit.
There you go. I believe it.
Just like-
Oh
That
my
looks like-
god!
That looks like that voodoo doll from Trilogy of Terror.
Why is he dressed like Don Johnson too, man? What is this?
What the fuck?
That looks like
He's like, yeah, man. It's
that looks like zombie Jesus.
Yo.
Oh, we got to review this one, Dylan. We got to do this one, man.
That's like
you
the
could
guy
find it
from
on
Predator.
eBay for
Predator
$8.49.
2.
$8.49. Dylan got it for $6,
Is
man.
it yeah. Is it this copy? Because this copy's a little bit harder to
No,
find.
you know
It
what?
always
Actually,
comes in,
That's
no.
probably the only copy there is.
That one's $10.64.
Yeah. I was gonna say because it always comes in these like weird 8-packs or 6-pack movies. So when I saw it like on its
It's
own
called public
disc,
domain,
because
Dylan.
to be honest, the quality of the movie just doesn't look good. Like if you guys think Dog Soldiers looks bad,
Yeah, I think
So the quality's terrible too.
Who's the director? If it sounds like a weird
Robbie
name, you already know.
Nestor.
That's a fake name, man.
Says lovable old James.
You sure that's a DVD? It could be like a well.
Is that a burn CD-ROM? Nah, man. I think we should do that movie. I've never seen it. That'd be fun.
It has
After
Jennifer
we do
Grey
Bordello
and
Blood,
Dude, it has Craig Sheffer and Tim Curry.
Oh boy.
Tim Curry's in that shit.
I said that was the first thing I said.
I didn't
Craig
hear you.
Sheffer
Man.
and Tim Curry. It's a good disc.
It's got
It's a
artwork.
copy disc.
What's that
It's a
baby
good
movie
round.
that Scarpad likes? The baby movie? What's it called?
Baby Oopsie.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta do
baby
baby
Yeah.
movie first.
I got him.
We gotta do
Big
It's
one.
Alive
Baby
before
Oopsie.
Baby Oopsie. Come on.
He's a Baby Oopsie's #1 fan. He's trying to get on season 3.
I think he's a producer.
Did we
I
rate
think
this
Scarpad
movie?
is-
Scarpad does look like a really low-budget exploitation film producer, doesn't
He
he?
does.
Kind of like a Weinstein kind
That's
of
how
vibe.
he's got the
I'm
freaking.
sorry, you're gonna have to show us your
Weinstein.
yams. You're gonna have to show us some bush. I'm sorry. We're gonna give you $7.50.
Oh, he's grow out the fucking bush and
Yeah.
come back to me. He's like, you
Uh,
think I want
the
You
movie
telling
set
me
in
you've
the-
never
Get the
seen
fuck
Battle from
outta
Beyond the
here.
Stars?
I
You
want
telling me you've
the
never seen
bush.
that?
The movie set in the 70s. It's gotta show some bush.
Starring
I'm just saying.
Bush.
Let your shit grow for a couple weeks and come back to me then.
Let me see.
We
that.
gotta do that burial. We gotta do that zombie biting the woman there. We
Oh
gotta do
my
that one.
God. What is that? Buried alive?
Burial ground.
Burial ground. Dude,
Robbie's gonna sit there with his notes on that one and just it's
What's
gonna
that
be a
mean?
masterpiece.
Robbie's gonna sit there with his notes. Yeah, I take notes. Sorry, I'm a
Yeah, man.
professional critic here, Scarpad. Jesus.
That's a good one. And mate,
critic.
yeah, Robbie, when since I didn't do freaking a double feature for Bordella and Demon Knight, because Demon Knight is the best one, so it deserves a solo one. Maybe we'll do Bordello and Ritual together as a double feature.
Cool, bro.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, we're
Where
gonna
the
have
rest
to
of
all
us gonna
find
find that
one.
movie?
Right.
What was that?
We had to go down to the Dollar General to find it because I don't have that one.
I bet that shit's on Tubi for free.
It's on YouTube, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
somebody just
man, I paid
uploaded that.
$3 for
Dylan,
this
just
one.
upload that shit, man.
Verno
Rip
just
that and
said
get it
you
on my
can get
Plex.
the DVD for like $8.
Yeah, but you're telling us that we don't want to spend $8 on it.
You just said you want to watch it,
Yeah,
Review
So we
it.
don't want to watch it for $8.
bro. Do you want? You're a collector? You want
Is
to?
that on Peacock?
You own Tales from the Crypt
I
Demon.
think-
Don't you want to own the rest of the Tales from the Crypt movies?
It's got one rating It's a 5.0 on IMDb with one review. So.
There, dude.
Five
Dylan,
out
you
of 10,
reviewed
right?
this
That's
shit.
a
That was
fucking
Dylan.
dude.
That
In
was
horror
Dylan.
language, that's a 7 out of 10. Like,
Horror language.
you know
See, I
they
told
hate on
you.
horror.
I told you about
No, excuse me. It's not IMDb. It's something else. Something gives it a 5.0. You can't. It's not streaming anywhere. You can
Probably
rent it.
Walgreens.
Whoa.
Streaming on
can sell the
Walgreens.
fucking-
$2.99.
Yeah,
You just go to
5.0
Walgreens and watch it.
Yeah, it's just saying the cover. The best movie of all time is a spectacle. Walgreens Entertainment.
Dude, I am super hyped to do the Tales from the Crypt Demon Night next week. No doubt. That's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be super fun.
Yeah,
And then you know what Monday is, right?
Monday is you will be reviewing The Green Room. Yeah.
That's right. The winner of the PCP Army movie poll for HorrorFest 2022. Y'all picked it. It was a very close race between this, Tusk, and Sleepaway Camp. The Green Room won.
Oh,
A24 film starring Patrick Stewart. I'm excited to chat about that on Monday night.
Heck yeah, dude. That's gonna be awesome. I do love some Anton Yelchin. Who's got some show and tell for tonight, fellas?
I got some stuff.
You got
Just very
something
little
table?
bit.
You want us to kick us
Yeah.
off?
Yeah, sure. So I only got a few things. So my mom sent over my son something today I thought was pretty cool, so I thought I'd show it off. You guys ever seen this or heard of this thing?
Oh, the Page Punchers. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, they're at Walmart. Yeah.
That's a great idea, man.
Yeah, it's got the little
Sweet.
figure, Batman. It's got the Hush, right? It's supposed to be about Hush or something.
Yeah, that's
kinda
Hush
look.
issue 1, man.
Yeah.
A toy and a comic. What a novel idea, all for $10.
What a novel.
Yeah, I thought it was about $10. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Todd McFarlane Toys. Pretty cool.
Todd McFarlane's going places.
Also picked up this book because I saw it was selling out of a lot of places. I wanted to get it before it sold out because I didn't know
Nice.
that this took place in that universe, The Passageway from Jeff Lemire from the Bone Orchard mythos. So glad to have this hardcover here.
Hell yeah, man.
And you know I can't pick up anything without picking up some Transformers, right? So picked up my boy Bumblebee movie Thundercracker, one of the
Hell
Secret
yeah.
Jets. Oh yeah.
He ain't no slacker, thunder cracker, coming around saying, "What's
Yeah.
up, cracker?"
Yeah, look at that color scheme. It's crazy. Beautiful. And finally got this is the last character that I needed for my 86 collection. So it's a little bittersweet because I know I'm not gonna need any more figures in that line, but I finally got a little wheelie. Core class wheelie.
Oh, nice.
Happy to have him.
When you can actually transform, not like the one that comes with
Yeah.
Grimlock, right?
Yeah, right. When you could transform. So definitely happy and bittersweet to get this guy because this is the end of a journey. 2 years collecting, man.
Bro, they're
Finally
gonna
got the
they're gonna
last
do
guy.
some
Nice,
more.
dude.
You know, they're gonna be like Battle Damage Studio 86 series, and you're gonna be like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, it's already happening, man. I got like 3 different RCs in 2 years, so it's already happening. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I got my best shit yet. All right.
hell
I mean, you
yeah.
showed your kid last time, so
Oh fuck. All right. I take it back. Second best shit yet. Jonathan Hickman. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this guy. He did a Substack. Like what was it, Robbie? Like a year ago?
like
Did he
2
start-
years ago now, man.
Fucking, I just finally got stuff from him. So I got signed by Jonathan Hickman, Mike Del Mundo, and Mike
That's
Huddleston.
awesome, dude.
This is like a comic book. I got a comic book from Substack. Super dope. So
Oh,
I haven't I don't know if I'll ever actually read the things. I don't want to fuck it up.
It looks
but,
good too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's oversized, the European size.
They're releasing all that stuff soon. That's what I've been hearing. So,
The
and there's gonna be an ongoing series.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
shit, dude!
this is
Nice, dude.
what this is. It's like I don't know if you guys
Is it like process stuff.
it's all the process
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like there's also like big chunks of like comic book in it too.
Nice.
So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
yet to really dive into it, but basically the way that they did their Substack was like, okay, we had Ram V work on like all the religions in this world. Like they built this world in a really interesting, like ground up kind of way, and that goes through it like extreme detail, I guess. And then I don't fucking know. You guys have to tell me if these are lithographs, I don't know. I remember it saying you get a lithograph, but I got this. This is part of this 3 Worlds, 3 Moons
Yeah, that's
dealio.
Nice.
Again, signed by the 3 of them. Really cool artwork.
Fuck
And
yeah,
then
man.
and then that one also signed by the 3 of them.
I should have been
Give you
spending
10
hundreds of
pounds,
dollars over
mate.
the last 2 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this is anything like Tinian's Substack, it was crazy. I paid like $250 to get his like Rockstar package, and I sold a handful of the things that he sent, and I made like $300 off it. So the whole thing paid for itself. I assume this will too if I do want to sell that stuff. But then to stay
But you ain't gonna sell that shit, bro.
I might sell that shit.
Yeah,
Okay, let me know if you want to sell it.
I'll have to look into it. I'll have to see what it's worth. And then eventually I'll be like, oh yeah, that shit that's been sitting over in that corner for 2 years, I have never looked at. It's worth $300.
I'll be like, I'll send you some Star Trek novels.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those.
Did you watch that yet?
I have not watched this Blu-ray, but this is one of my favorite. This is one I can't wait till we do. Sleepaway Camp. The OG.
I'll go ahead and tell you this. I'm planning on doing it for Horror Fest next year on PCP.
Hells yeah. Well, mark me down for a spot right now.
Same here, bro.
So
Same
Sleepaway
here.
Camp, it's got 2K scan, it's got new commentary with stars Felissa Rose and Jonathan Tiersten, plus OG director's commentary from the director.
Felissa's the coolest, man. She is fucking awesome.
That's Angela, right?
Yeah,
I assume?
she's awesome, man. She's super cool.
I heard once upon a time this influencer influenced me into thinking that the European cut was the way to go. And then my homeboy Dylan pointed out to me that it was back on sale. So I picked up Dawn of the Dead or Zombie, the European cut, 4K.
That's that site you got?
It's good.
Yeah.
Dude, that set, I like that slip.
Right. It's dope.
Have you watched it?
I have not. I put it in just to make sure it fucking worked because I was a little iffy when I looked and everything is in French on the cover. I'm like, oh,
I think that's on the Zavi set I have. I think that version's on there.
It is. That's only the That's only the Argento cut, correct, Vern?
No, the European cut.
This is just, as far as I know, I think
call it
right.
the Argento cut.
It's just the Argento cut. You get more Goblin,
dude. I need to get that, man.
I'm very excited about these next two things. I don't even know what to show you first. I guess I'll go with this because this is the beginning of something fucking bad for me.
Ooh,
this is my first NECA figure right here.
Is that the one with the balloons?
Yeah,
Won't be the last.
Yeah, I know it's definitely not. The way I look at it, I can sell like one hot toy, and I could get like all of the NECA horror shit that I want. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do.
You can find a lot of them cheap.
It looks
dope. I don't have that one yet, man.
This is badass. Like I had looked through, they had a Jason one, they had a Freddy one, they had a Michael Myers Halloween Part 2, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna end up getting one of these. I'm gonna start that. And then I walked over to a different section. They had this, and I opened it up. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm dope. This looks incredible. So can't wait to talk about it.
Staying in or coming out?
No, I'll take it out. And then I've been wanting to get this for a while too. I should not have been spending as much money as I spent today.
Is that the shape?
Oh, you can tell the shape by just the shape. So yeah, I've been wanting to get a Michael Myers mask.
Did you get that from Spirit?
Yeah, I got it from Spirit. It was like $70. It seems to be like I like masks, but I don't have many of them. It seems to be like a good quality. I was looking online. You can get a lot of them for like $40 or $50, but I was like, I don't know. This one in person, it looked dope.
If only H2O had access to that mask.
Yeah. And that's it. That's what I got. This is my best horror haul that I've been able to share with you guys.
Great haul,
bro.
Thank you. What's up?
You used 20% off on that?
No, I didn't. I could have, huh?
You could have.
I fucked up.
All you got to do was tell them you like their movie.
No,
they'll give you 20% off.
Like, it's a 20% off any item. They've been sending a bunch of them out too. That's why I've been trying to
put it on Virgo.
Okay, I got some discs. This one came in actually today, right before the show. I got the Vinegar Syndrome Amityville Horror 4K. And once again, Vinegar Syndrome makes
a dope slip.
They're the best slips, man.
The best slips in the world, man.
There's
how thick
texture
that
to
is.
them, man.
Yeah,
They just announced Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K
yeah,
too.
ordered that one already.
But that's in a freaking box like the Beastmaster came in.
Right.
What'd that cost?
Oh, Vinegar
Scarpad?
Syndrome's
Is that
doing
reasonable?
TCM?
This one right here.
Yeah,
Like 30.
If you want it with the slip, I think it's around 28,
nice.
29.
That's worth grabbing.
And if you want it with the slip, you got to
definitely.
buy it from the
Ooh.
website.
Let's see
Pretty
the
much,
back.
right? Is that that's how it works.
Yeah,
Dude,
buy it from
You have to buy it
Vinegar.
from the website to get the slip.
Vinegar Syndrome's awesome, man.
Show us the
If
back.
you get it
Scarpad.
off Amazon, it'll probably be cheaper, but it
Fuck
won't
yeah.
have the slip.
The back's
And,
even better.
and it has an ad for
That's
Jordan
looking
Peele's movie
gorgeous.
right there. See it?
Get out
Get out. Oh, look at that.
with
Look
the
at that.
flies.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want Amityville Horror like 4 through 7, you can only get those on Vinegar.
This is the best one.
Yep. And those single releases.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
3D is pretty
but-
fucking wild.
I got
Yeah,
the
this,
first 3 on that screen.
Got
factory.
this week from Arrow. It's a Mario Bava film, Blood and Black Lace.
Nice.
Heard of it.
Nice.
I heard this was very good. So
It's a
I'm gonna
classic
watch
film,
that
bro.
one.
That's a good one.
Giallo, I assume.
Not a bush.
This
Early
also
is proto Giallo.
this also came out this week. This is a 2-pack. It's got the original War of the Worlds in 4K, and unfortunately,
Nice.
When Worlds Collide, which is also a good movie, but unfortunately, that's only a Blu-ray.
This is
what
it's like when worlds collide.
I watched Wars of the Worlds. This does look really the Blu-ray
That's
on
a
this
slip?
looks
That's a
really
slip?
nice. What's that?
Gorgeous slip.
That's a slip.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
slip.
nice. You gotta show the slip, bro. You know.
By the way,
this is,
Proto
uh,
Giallo was the name of a band I was in.
And
high
this is
school.
actually.
Are you
actually-
serious?
No, but it would be a good band.
And if you look inside here, it's got a little door here. If you got a
Oh shit.
hold on.
Flip
Don't
the
break
door.
it, Scarpad.
This
Door
got
slip.
interesting.
Don't damage the slip.
Damn,
Oh, look
bro.
at
Oh,
That's sick.
I really want to listen to Power Man 5000.
And
that.
this is put out by Paramount, so it's really surprising it did a good job on that.
Just wait till you
Um,
see when strange new worlds collide.
Yes. My feelings on this movie have changed a lot. From not liking and disliking it to a mild acceptance and really fond because he loves it, of course. The Monsters from Rob Zombie, which I
I just keep
rewatched.
hearing
and
hearing shit about it, man.
I do it. It's still
Flip.
not a great movie, but I do appreciate for what I think it's trying to be, like an after-school special type thing with the monsters in it. I think it succeeds in what it tries to do.
I didn't hate it. I'll just say that.
Um,
I didn't finish it either, but I didn't
Yeah.
fucking hate
I thought
it.
you guys were going to review it. You couldn't
So,
commit to the bit, huh?
The monsters.
No. mm.
that's a
And
hard.
then this
bit.
week, this is the Walmart exclusive on Thor,
Ooh.
Blood and
I'd take the
Love and
Monsters
Thunder.
over. I would watch
That's
Monsters
hard.
again over that any day.
I was going to ask,
No,
what's better, Love and
shit.
Thunder or The Monsters?
Monsters, hands fucking down.
Okay.
No way, really?
Oh,
This once
yeah.
again is
Oh, it's so
it's
bad.
an okay movie. There's a lot of bad parts. Christian Bale is really badly used.
Even Chris Hemsworth.
Christian
Not
Bale,
Batman.
Batman is
Oh,
very
him and
badly,
Gore.
They're
Yeah.
both
No,
in there,
dude, but
bro.
Chris
Very-
Hemsworth is funny
very
as hell
badly
as Gore.
used in this movie. They wasted them, unfortunately.
It did such a waste of potential. Yep.
That is true.
But the thing is, Thor is being treated this way in the Hulk, so I guess we just gotta deal with it now. All right, so this came out last week. This is the 4K Steelbook
Yeah, boy. Let's
Army of
go.
Darkness,
Beautiful
There we go.
cover.
That's the
Film
best
shot
movie
cover. This is
so-
the best.
so far, bro.
the best one so far. I think that they've done, and
They said that's the best release too.
That's a slip too.
Because I guess the last
no, it's just not. It's not a slip.
Like,
It's a
Steel book.
it's like plastic over Steelbook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fire.
Yeah, it's got the Blu-ray, which I'm assuming is the old Blu-ray and the 4K.
no, it's the new Blu-ray.
Yeah, and they if you just want Blu-ray, they have this in just Blu-ray, but.
Yeah, and it's cheap now. Right? There's the Shocktober
Yeah, but
sales
it's
going
not
on, man.
the
Like,
same. It's
if
a
I-
different print.
I'm like struggling right now with money. I can't really spend too much because I got some big things I got to do, but that Shocktober sale is incredibly tempting,
Yeah.
dude. It's everything pretty much.
But
man.
I've already
Yeah,
been through. I
like
got so
half
much coming.
off.
I got so much coming from all the other ones. I can't deal with it now.
And if you spend over 100, you get a free T-shirt.
Yep, and that shirt's pretty cool from Gutter Garbs.
All right, just a couple more movies here. I decided somebody mentioned these. I gotta rewatch them. This is the Mark Wahlberg Planet
There
of the
we
Apes.
go.
Love it.
Oh,
I love Tim Roth in this movie, which is this guy right here. Very good.
Yeah, it
That
wasn't
movie
bad.
sucks
It was
so
all right.
much, man.
I loved it when it came out, dude.
And then I
Yeah,
had
that's all right.
I can't believe I didn't have these. So I ended up getting the 3-pack and the new Planet of the Apes, Rise,
Yeah.
Dawn, and War.
There we
That was
go.
Steph was talking about that, right? Like that we need.
Nah, it was
I've
me.
never seen
That was
those,
me.
man. I want to get into those.
What?
Yeah,
You got to
seen
see those, Robbie. Robbie, please.
That's Matt
I know.
Reeves too, bro.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they are.
And
Batman, Pattinson.
you can get this 4K pack for around $22 for all 3
Seriously?
movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
shit.
I have to get that.
And so
Do they
I
have
think
Blu-rays with them?
I
Yep.
believe they do. Yeah, Blu-ray,
Wow.
digital, and 4K. Yeah.
Wow,
I
wonder
still
why
don't
they
have the
still-
4K player, so
The
that's
CG,
awesome.
the CG in those movies are some of the best CG ever.
It's better than She-Hulk.
Andy,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And one more
Not even
thing. One
Not
more
even a
thing.
comparison.
I couldn't believe I've been trying to get this for so long, and I finally lucked into one, and I can't believe I got it. It's my holy grail tonight. My killer clown gun.
Hey,
Nice.
That's cool.
Speak of the devil.
I like
I
that.
think you guys thought he was about to
That's
pull up PS5.
Nerd.
That's
Is that the gun that turns you into cotton
What
candy?
is that?
Cotton candy gun.
Cotton candy
There
gun.
it
Nice.
is,
So
cotton
funny.
candy gun.
Trying to think of the name of it.
Official
telling you.
license.
I
I
love
might
that
just-
fucking movie. So
I might
much,
just
man.
watch it over and over until I fucking love it, and that way I can start buying the gear without being a poser.
It's got Dean
Because their
Warmer.
merch is so fucking good.
No, they're just cool. They're
Dean
cool looking
Warmer.
characters. It's, not a great movie, but they're great characters.
That's a
Cool
great
looking.
movie. I don't know what the hell
Yeah.
y'all are saying. What are you
You
gonna
know
do? Knock
Exorcist
my
3.
block off?
Don't get me wrong, I didn't
But,
hate it.
you know.
I liked it. I think I gave
I
it like
just
a
hate that I wasn't
2.5.
here that week. I feel like Dylan needed me there, man.
Oh, he did. He needed you.
Yeah,
It's not terrifying though. Dale had me watch Darren. Who the hell?
Hey, Perry Station.
Dylan had me watch Terrifier with him this
Oh.
week before I go
What'd
see
you
the
think?
sequel. That movie's pretty brutal. I mean, that's the first one with the
Yeah.
clown.
What's the
clown,
name of
the
the
clown literally
Wait till
cuts
you
the
go
girl
see
in
the
half
second
and they
one
show
now.
it.
What's the name of the anthology where that character first shows
All
up?
All
Hallows
Hallows
Eve.
Eve, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But I don't think you need to watch the others. But it was a pretty wild movie from the practical effects.
It's
And it
on
was-
Tubi.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of those movies where it goes there. They take it to that extra level.
Nice. I want
Now-
to watch it. When's
now-
2
You
come
haven't
out?
seen
A
it?
couple weeks or something?
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
gotta
tickets.
watch it.
I have
Comes
tickets
out.
for 2 for next Thursday.
Okay.
The runtime
That's
of
a
2.
proper horror film, Verno.
The runtime of 2
horror
is
film.
supposedly 2.5
Right.
hours. 2.5 hours for the second one.
Dude, but it's getting good reviews
It
from
seems
people that
rather
saw it
excessive.
at Fright Fest or whatever it was.
They literally shot a woman down the middle and showed
Bro, shh.
it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You don't know who didn't see it.
spoilers, bro.
I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it though.
I don't.
I know. Well, I thought
You
you
just
would.
sold me on it, actually.
You were sold on that shit anyways, Robbie.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that.
I've got one more item. I stole Scarpad's dog.
Oh,
Nice.
it's the dog.
I've got one. I've got one too.
All right, put the dog down. The dog
I
doesn't
hope-
want the
I hope
yeah.
he's-
The dog was like, "I'm so uncomfortable, bro." Like, homie, why are you doing this?
I hope that fucking dog signed the release.
I thought we had an agreement.
She did. She pawed it up.
Yeah, it's weird though, dude. The sequel, like, it's very hard to get a show time. So you gotta look. And if you can find one, like my center, like I can only find the one day Thursday. And
Yeah, mine only had one
You
day,
could only
yeah.
find one day, and they were
It was
very
close to being
spread
sold
thin.
out.
Mine's almost all out. So that's a bummer, man. But Robbie, my man, what do you got for us tonight?
I got some werewolf stuff to show off. Is what I've got.
Nice.
So the shape
There we
made it
go.
appear.
shit. Show that shit.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
you got to put some like black felt or something up there. I have NECAs as well,
Call me
which
there.
are great. But anyway, I got some werewolf stuff
The
I want to
eyes.
show off.
He had the darkest eyes.
The devil's
The
eyes.
devil's eyes.
So I'm not going to show any of the werewolf toys I have, but there's my Leonardo werewolf from my Universal TMNT. So I got this cool book, The Book of Werewolves. It's like ancient lore and stories of werewolves. This is really cool. I found that a while ago. The werewolf movies I own. Trick or Treat, I'll count that. Why not? Because there's not too many of these good ones. The Monster Squad, I'll count that one.
Hell
Because
yeah.
man's got
Nards.
nards. That's a good.
Nards.
That's a good werewolf. Teen Wolf, the Great, with the slip, bruh, with the slip.
Yeah,
Come on.
Tried to get with the slip.
It's probably
And I
the
got-
best werewolf
And you
movie
see,
ever.
I don't know if you can see it because of the
Probably,
stupid
yeah.
duck,
You
but there's
might
my
be right.
pop. It's my San Diego exclusive Scott Howard pop. Anyway, moving on.
Hell yeah.
Let's see what else. We got Bad Moon. Dude, I own it. It's worth watching, Dylan. I mean, Furno. Dylan's seen it. The Wolf Man. Come on. The original.
The
This also
best.
has Werewolf of London and a few others.
Probably the actual best werewolf.
Yeah, I think it
Werewolf
is.
of London.
The Howling, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah,
We covered that for Horrorfest last year on PCP Movie Night.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
And then
what?
American Werewolf in
Wow.
London.
See
These
that.
are like, this is the Holy
Yeah,
Trinity.
you gotta see those.
Right.
That's the Holy Trinity right there, bro.
Right there.
Like,
Yeah.
so good.
Fact.
All right. And then there's Ginger Snaps, which is
Nice.
a fantastic film. And I've never seen the sequels. However, I've got Ginger Snaps 2 on VHS and Ginger Snaps Back, the beginning.
Oh,
So I got to get my VCR going.
I love that.
Tapes have been worn out.
I like that title.
Yeah, me too. All right. So next week, if I start complaining and bitching about Werewolf by Night, before anybody goes, well, Robbie, I don't know if you understand what they're trying to do with this character. They're just trying to do something different. They're trying to do something fun. You got to understand this is trying to reference universal horror, yet the grindhouse at the same time. Before people get all up in arms, and I hope I enjoy the film, I just want to let you know I am a fan. There's my Werewolf by Night number fucking 1.
Whoa.
There's my Werewolf by Night number fucking 2.
Whoa.
And then
He's
we're
got
skipping
number
her.
fucking 3.
Then we're skipping. No, I got number 5 and number 13,
Oh, they started going downhill by then.
14, 15,
Nice.
and then I got
You
the
don't got nothing to
19
prove, Robbie.
in 1998. They tried to revitalize like Marvel horror, and it didn't really work so well. In fact, maybe earlier than 98. Anyway, they did a Werewolf by Night series by Leo Manco and Paul Jenkins, and yes, that's signed by Paul when I met him in 2002.
Nice.
And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nobody brings me this book to sign, but Leo Manco's artwork on this is so
That's
good. There's
nice.
issue
Yeah,
2.
It's dope.
Yeah.
There's issue
Oh, yeah.
3. This series is really good. Look at the cover on this one.
Yeah. The new one was terrible.
Yeah, it was. But this series is actually really good and underappreciated. And there's like a Man Thing, Werewolf by Night crossover that they did. And just to let everybody know, I am a fan. There's my Werewolf by Night Complete Collection, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So I hope that I like Werewolf by Night. But if I don't, and I start complaining about it, I want people to know I am a Marvel fan. I am a Werewolf by Night fan. I like the shit. I like werewolves as well. So I've been a werewolf for Halloween like 4 or 5 times.
What are they doing with this show? Is it a series or is it like a special?
It's
One
Yeah,
movie.
one
It's like
shot.
it's a special.
movie special or something.
Oh, it's a movie that's going straight to Disney Plus, pretty much.
Yep.
No. They made
And
it
coming
for
out the
Disney
same day as Hellraiser and the new Dario Argento film,
Ooh.
Dark Glasses.
Dude, the Dario Argento, he does a little opening for this. Like he introduces the film,
Show me
and
that.
I was
See that
like,
cover.
as he's doing it, I was like, "Oh, this fucker's got a new movie coming out. Like, are you sure you could make a movie?" He didn't seem not to talk shit about an old man, but he was like
He is
struggling to get through a couple sentences to introduce the film, and I was like, "How
Dark
would you
Glasses
direct
looks
a film?"
good, bro. Like, and here's the thing:
The trailer looked great.
people keep going, well,
He was
Rob,
90. Give him a break.
He
Rob,
might have made it
you-
a couple years ago.
do you honestly think that Dario Argento's later movies are the best part of his career? Giallo with Adrian Brody, or even the softcore pornography of Dracula 3D and Phantom of the Opera? No, those movies suck, but they're still fun enough, especially with all the
not bad.
It's okay, but it
It
doesn't
was,
compare
I
to
said
his.
it's
It
not
doesn't compare to
bad.
Deep Red, Suspiria, Inferno, Tenebrae, right?
Of
I
course
get that.
not, yeah.
However, when someone has basically been retired for like 15, 20 years and then decides I got one more movie to make, I'm going to pay fucking attention.
No, for sure.
Like if
Can I
John
ask-
Carpenter all of a sudden was like, I got one more movie, I'd be like, all is forgiven. The award sucked, but all is forgiven. I want to see your final statement. I feel like we're getting Argento's final statement, and I want to know what that is after a lifetime.
I've got another question I've been wanting to ask you because I know you'll fucking know it, Robbie. Have there ever been a Nightmare on Elm Street comic books?
Yes.
Yeah.
And are they
Wildstorm
good?
did
I-
some. I've
Two
never
of them
really
came
read
in,
it,
and
but
yeah.
one from Wildstorm.
I'll go ahead and give you a little tip. Okay, I'll give you a little tip. Yeah, Argento did just do a movie where he was acting, and I saw the trailer for that, and it looked amazing, but I haven't seen it. I'll give you a little tip, a little trick. After reading comics for over 35 years, licensed comics suck.
Right. That's why.
Yeah.
But like
Unless
as I'm
it's
watching
like-
the movies for Horror Fest for the finale, and I was like, dude, this
Yeah.
would make there could be such a good Nightmare on Elm Street comic.
The problem is the rights go every which way. Chaos did Halloween comics, right?
Mhm.
Like when they were doing WWF comics and shit back in the day. There's a Friday 13th stuff. There's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like there are this, but the problem is the rights go back and forth. It's hard to find. And because of the market of speculation now and just the market of horror fans in general, they're always hard to find and hard to get cheap.
Yeah.
So it's not worth the price that you'll have to pay, but if you can find them cheap, it's always worth it just to have. You know, I myself don't have any of those horror comics. Hellraiser probably has some of the best ones.
Yeah, Hellraiser.
You can find an IDW Hellraiser Classics trade paperback occasionally. It's starting to heat up a little bit on the aftermarket, but if you can find that, that's the Marvel 80s epic stuff. It's worth it. And there was a Pinhead series that I have. I do have some of that stuff. And a Reanimator series they did. I have that too.
Yeah, I have a
usually
Hotep versus the Army of Darkness or something.
Yeah, and that's a wild idea, right? And Boom also did like Big Trouble in Little China meets Escape from New York, shit like that.
They did a Big Trouble in Little China sequel. That's like a sequel where the movie leaves off.
And I think Eric Powell did some of the
Freddy versus Jason.
I think Eric Powell did that actually. And then the other thing is
I have those.
Dynamite's doing a really fun one right now. And you know, I know Dynamite's shill, right? But they're not paying me to say this. But the Army of Darkness versus Reanimator Necronomicon Rising right now is really fun. Like I think you might like that if you like those
coming out.
Yeah, they're like 2 or 3 issues in right now. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun enough. It's not as good as like Elvira. The Elvira stuff they do is I think their best stuff.
It's great. Yeah.
Then you like that one where Elvira meets Vincent Price, you were saying was good.
Oh, I loved it. Now they're doing Elvira in Horrorland.
Yep.
Yeah. And in the latest issue, she's going through not just Nightmare on Elm Street, but Dream Warriors and New Nightmare as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it.
So good.
You need to read
that. Nightmare
comics are good, Dylan. You should check them out sometime.
No, I have been. Since Scarpad hooked me up with that tablet, he's been sending me. I've been able to.
Nice,
dude. Ain't nothing wrong with some digital comics.
You can buy some every once in a while. This is a dying industry.
I have Amazon Prime, so I'm able to read some. Like I got Hoopla, so.
Hell yeah, man! That's awesome. Amazon Prime. You get a lot of stuff.
Library card, and I can read through Hoopla. I got Amazon Prime.
A lot of people don't realize that if you got Amazon Prime, like most Americans, you get all their Comixology shit.
Yeah.
Like right. So
most of it,
like right now, Joe is doing a book with Rachel Pollack called Never Ending Party. That's a really cool one to check out. So you can read it for free if you got.
There's a lot of good stuff up in Comixology that's not anywhere else. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
Of course, they screwed up their app. It makes it hard to read.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up the Creepshow book that came out.
If you can stick with it,
dude,
I'd read it.
I forgot. I forgot to ask Robbie because I wanted him to pull.
We got some
series for me.
You know, I ordered plenty of that shit.
Oh yeah, I figured you did. The
like people come into my shop, they'll be like, "Why so much Creepshow?" And they're like, "Do you know Robbie?" That's why they got a wall of Agent of World.
Because it's awesome.
Exactly. Dude, the Chris Burnham story, the first one is really good, man.
I was just gonna ask, what did you think? You liked it?
I liked it. It's not like
right.
It's 5 issues or so. It's not groundbreaking, but it's really solid. It's really good. The first issue had 2 stories in it, one by Paul Dini, and that was good in an R.L. Stine kind of way. But the first story by Chris Burnham, and I love his artwork because he did Nameless with Grant Morrison. Fantastic. So such a good story there.
Did he do the Saturday morning cartoon?
Pull the mini series for me.
What's that, Fable?
Did he do the Saturday morning cartoon for G.I. Joe?
Who?
Burnham?
Oh no, that's Eric Burnham. He's a writer. Chris Burnham is an artist.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like in the Frank Quitely vein. He did Nameless, did a lot of Batman Incorporated with Morrison.
That artwork on the cover though is spot on, man. So
that's him on the cover, I believe.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's definitely one that's one I've been hyped for. I was talking to Scarpad a lot about that one. So what I got this week, like I showed before, my Dog Soldiers 4K. I flipped to the original poster art, but Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, so that's the OG poster art. And then my Tales from the Crypt Blood. So even both those go pretty good together. I love that.
Yeah.
And then, like I showed before, The Ritual with Craig Sheffer and Tim Curry. And then I got this week, actually probably will have more next week because some of the Halloween stuff is starting to come in. Some of the cool releases finally got
Nice.
went on sale for like $12-13, and I just was like,
Oh
I
shit.
was thinking of getting the Steelbook that Scarpad has because I really love how that looks, but it's like free right now to watch, and it will be probably for a while. So it's like when it's like that, it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna spend it because the Steelbook is a little pricey,
Right.
and
Yeah.
plus with shipping, I was like, for 13 just to own this, like that's fine, and I got the slip with it, so
when I bought the Steelbook, that wasn't even out.
yeah.
I just rewatched it this season, and it's
Also
so
got
much fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so good. I'm so hyped for season 2. I know Perry's excited for that as well.
Oh, yeah.
He was hyped for that last year. So I got the Scream Factory 4K Evil Dead, the remake.
Very disappointing, that disc.
Yeah, it could have been better, but do really like the movie, so glad to finally own it because I've never owned this on physical, and I needed this to fill.
It's really expensive, and they give you no Blu-ray, they give you no reversible cover, they give you effects that were ported over from the other disc.
To be honest, this is the only. I don't know. I'd have to look up. I don't know if there's
I think it's
any
just
other
because they
posters
licensed it from Universal, and that's it, and that's what they had.
No,
I've never seen that movie. Is it worth it?
No.
Yeah,
it's good.
Oh,
it's good.
I've still never seen it
with
either.
that movie is that it's called.
It's a really good.
This is
really good.
A lot of good
Super
effects.
bloody too.
Yeah.
Who did that? It's
Sony.
The director. Well, the director is somebody that did something recently.
Restoration for this. The director is Fede Alvarez. I think. Did he do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I know that name.
I think he did. He did the one that was on Netflix, I think.
Maybe.
Oh, and he did Don't Breathe 1 and 2. And he did the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Don't Breathe.
He did shit. Don't Breathe. He was one of the writers for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And The Girl in the Spider's Web. A few others. Okay. Oh, I know him because he's on the new Shudder 101 Scariest Movie Moments. He's on there.
I had to quit watching that and In Search of Darkness. Like, there's so many movies that I haven't seen, and they'll just fucking spoil. Like,
you worried about spoilers, man?
Everything. Yeah. Well, some movies.
Well,
you don't
when I
want
got to the point
spoiled.
where they were talking about the witch, I fast forwarded.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it. I'm saving it. So.
Did anybody get the In Search of Tomorrow?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Scarpad's Plex, I saw, so I'm excited to dive in. And anybody that missed out on In Search of Darkness Volume 3, which is all the direct-to-video stuff, it's coming back for a flash sale starting on the 6th.
For a flash sale?
I knew.
That's what they did with 2. That's how I got 2, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Dylan Reed, both our names are in the credits on both of those.
Yeah.
We're not going to wait after 5 hours to watch all names.
You're going to watch the credits. Look at my name, damn it.
I will.
I want that Aliens expanded, but I don't know if I have the money right now.
I still love Dylan's got 2 pictures of his pets in that Stray Dogs book. Like, that bums me out that I didn't know about that. We should all have our dogs.
I want that issue. I forgot Robbie, I think, was supposed to pull that issue for me.
Like a year ago.
Which one is that one?
Well, Dylan, we don't need to get in about I really want to see In Search of Tomorrow. I almost started watching it the other day.
I really want to see it.
But I was like, it's Horror Fest. I can't fucking watch a 5-hour documentary about sci-fi. I'll be switching my mindset. I'll be like, I can't do that, man. But Scarpad, you the shit. I love your Plex server. Thank you so much. You're the reason why I got to watch Green Room. So
do you have to pay for the Plex?
It's on there? Because I got it working for me. Green Room's on there?
Yeah. No, I don't have to pay for that. No.
Yeah, I think it's also on Tubi.
I gave Fable. I gave Scarpad a free comic with a sketch of Pinhead. So I'm cool.
There you go. My price.
That was my first Pinhead, by the way, Scarpad. Just so you know.
Yeah,
I'll do better next time.
I thought maybe it was your third or fourth attempt. It was good.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to watch that In Search of Tomorrow forever, man. But I wasn't gonna pay.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it either because I want to watch it from the disc, and I just I hate stopping it. So. But it took me like 8 months to get through the horror ones because I would watch like 20
Oh no, I
half an
watched
hour
that
a
in
night.
one sitting.
Dude, I
Yeah.
watched those. So, I was like, I
Yeah,
can't
I
believe I
watched
just
that in
watched
one
fucking
sitting,
4.5
yeah.
hours of this shit, and I'm begging for another one. And I'm really
Yeah.
pumped for 3 because most
Really
of those
good.
films and 3 that I'm not gonna know those films. A lot of that because it's all direct to video shit, and that's the most gnarly,
Yeah.
fucking Bush and TNA oriented, like
Yeah.
everything. You like gratuity in film, whether it's violence or sex, direct to video horror films in the
Yes.
80s, man.
Daddy like
It's a
it.
bummer it's gonna be the last one, but I'm so hyped. Should probably get it in like November, I'm thinking.
Till they do In Search of Tameness, where they talk about 90s horror films.
Yeah,
There'll only be
they'll
one
probably
volume.
nice. I'd actually like to see them go back and
It'll
redo
be half an hour long.
the 60s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
You know what I want them to redo?
That would be
Is
great.
their action movie one, because that was kind of the first one they did, the last Action Heroes or whatever, and it doesn't. It's good, but it's not as good as In Search of Darkness, right? Like they really leveled up. And Oliver Harper, I don't know if he has. I think he has something to do with all of these, but I know he had something to do with Last Action Hero. Oliver Harper's YouTube channel is the best movie YouTube channel out there.
Phenomenal.
I love his channel so
Yeah,
much.
he's great. I'm telling you.
And he loves the shit out of Dog Soldiers.
Do you know
But
that Ryan
British.
Hollinger?
I saw the video, but I never watched it, man.
Dude,
I was watching all these other ones.
I'd never come across anything that he's done. And it's like, like Drum Dum, he's got like 11, 12,000 per views. It's a good sized channel. This dude's rocking like 200,000. He's on fucking Perry Gaming level over here. He's like, he's the guy that I can't believe I'd never come across. And it's all horror.
Do you
like
watch In Praise of Shadows?
Never heard of it.
That's a really good YouTube channel that gets into like the meaning of horror films.
Nice. Yeah.
Really good. In Praise of Shadows.
Praise of Shadows.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll really like that channel.
Oh,
He's like the gaming historian for horror films, genre films. Really good stuff. I like his work a lot.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucking.
So, what do we got? Monday, Green Room from Robbie on Pop Culture Philophers. That should be a lot of fun. I know you guys are gonna be deep diving into that. Some Anton Yelchin goodness from A24. And then next Saturday we will be back here to do Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, which will be very, very fun to deep dive into because I'm sure that will be a first time for Vern.
No, I grew up watching that shit. Okay. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it is. I can't remember, but I watched that when I was.
I haven't seen that shit since the 90s, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I haven't
so
seen it in 20 years myself.
Yeah.
I just got my
I remember
copy
when
in.
we announced it, a lot of people seemed really excited for Demon Nights. So.
Well, dude, what's funny is this might be
go ahead.
This might be like the first 90s movie that you've ever done on this show. Like I was looking through like it's one okay, I'm exaggerating. There's not many, like we've pointed out, horror kind of died for a while other than Scream in the 90s. Yeah. There's not many 90s movies that you've ever done.
Valentine was one of the only
Bad Moon. We did Bad Moon, Vern. That's a werewolf film.
Very few though. Very few.
Yeah.
Gotta do
we definitely go for the 80s.
They started rebounding in the 2000s, I think.
I want to just real quick though point out that right now, for a limited time only, at tpublic.com/popculturephilosophers, you can get the official limited edition.
You have
Dylan's
a picture of it?
No, I don't actually. But the Horror Fest 2022 shirt is here. It's a design set up by Manny. Manny created that shirt. But then the back of it is my picture of all my Blu-rays for the entire lineup outside of Green Room because that was the audience choice. But it's a fantastic shirt. You can get double-sided or just the logo. They will only be available during October. So check it out. That shit is awesome.
That's the front. Oop.
I got mine.
That's the back.
Yeah,
which is a stack of the DVD or the Blu-ray. It's pretty dope, man. I ordered something that I'll be showing off next week. I didn't get a T-shirt, but you can get more than T-shirts.
Yeah, you can also get that design on a hoodie. You can get it on a mug. Drink your coffee.
Spoiler alert!
I'll be able to premiere it here.
Yeah, you can help support the channels by giving us like 2 cents for every shirt that we get. It doesn't matter. I just love it. I think it's a great design. Manny designed that. I took that photo. John Hammer Time Holshoe put it all together. Such a cool shirt, man.
Hells yeah. Definitely. Fable, you have anything you want to plug before we dip out?
No, man. She-Hulk penultimate episode next Thursday. She-Hulk discussion and review on the Pop Culture Philophers YouTube channel. You know, led by Rock and Robbie. I'll be there Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, Dylan's Horror Show every Saturday for Horror Fest 2022, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell Jack.
And I'm gonna
It's
tell
going
you,
by quick, man.
regardless of what-
Already October 1st is here. I know. I love that. Like every time to watch Scary, bro. We've been on this.
we've been on it all year long.
Oh my god.
And regardless of what you think about She-Hulk, our conversation, which is 4 times longer than each episode of She-Hulk, is fantastic. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, we have. So
I
much
agree.
fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
Jelani is worth the price of admission alone, which is free here on YouTube. You might have to click through an ad.
Plenty people who have tuned into the
Guaranteed.
show, they're like, this is better than the She-Hulk show.
Oh, hell
yeah.
A few times.
yeah.
Oh yeah, come join us if you want to just hate on the show. You can come join us too, man.
Even if you love it, though, many of us.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: everybody like, oh, you guys are just shitting on it. Well, Steph and Brooks really like the show.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
I like
I
it
like
too.
it better than
I
Miss
like it
Marvel
too,
for
yeah.
damn.
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
I don't dislike
Oh
it.
no,
Yeah,
I
give
like
it a
Miss Marvel
3.5
better.
so
No.
far.
No way.
Miss Marvel's better.
I like
Come
Miss
on.
Marvel.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the
okay.
problem is
I like Miss Marvel.
Marvel's 2 worst things that they've put out are they've put them out in a row. Like Miss Marvel
No.
and She-Hulk. What?
Fuck,
I
do
like
you remember
She-Hulk
What If,
and
brother?
Thor.
Do you remember What If?
What
and
if
Thor
is
Dark World? Come
watch
on.
it again. It's far superior.
You
I
remember
didn't like
Age
it
of
at first,
Ultron?
too.
Age of Ultron is the worst thing they've ever done.
You're fucking smoking crack rocks, bro.
I'm not smoking
It's so
crack. I'm
much better
smoking
than
some good weed. And I'm not smoking that
Wow.
mid
That's
like
the
She-Hulk.
It's got its moments. I mean,
Most of the
Hey,
shows
Hey,
that
Jeffrey Dahmer's on to something, man. I was
Most-
watching something to fucking today where Jeffrey Dahmer was talking about Exorcist 3, and you just mentioned that, Verno, to me, and I was like,
God.
all of a sudden, I've never heard this shit in my life. Now, all of a sudden, that's all I hear about is that Jeffrey Dahmer likes Exorcist 3. I was watching the Joe Bob thing. That's what I was doing. I was watching the Joe Bob thing.
Yeah.
He's like, Jeffrey
Real-
Dahmer really loved this movie. He would watch it before he'd go out and kill somebody.
he used to
You
like
guys
human
watching
faces,
Dahmer?
too.
Yeah.
Every
No,
once
but
in
I
a-
want to. It looks so
Yeah.
good, man.
it's very.
It is.
Clearly,
to
it's disturbing.
reference-
It is shot.
It's not brutal though.
It's-
I would.
It's not brutal, but it's
People
like
think it's
it's
really
it's
brutal.
disturbing. It could be there could be nothing gory going on, just with the camera work and the performances. It's fucking creepy. Like it's shot really, really, really well. I don't know if it's the same director each episode, but
It's the guy who does. It's the guys who do American Horror Story and
Yeah, have you seen that meme going around where it's like, what's his name? Evan Peters, right? Yeah. And it's like Evan Peters before he met the guy that does all that shit, and it's like he's happy, you know, and he's just like young and happy and cool, and now everything he does is just like
Yeah.
that
it's very
trailer
good.
got me, bro. I'm
It's a
excited to check it out.
horror. It's a horror show. I mean, which obviously it should be, but you don't know how documentary feeling it's gonna feel. You know what I mean? But it's a horror. Like we it's something that could be covered on the show.
I want to get
definitely.
into it. However, I'm like just starting season 2 of my rewatch of Twin Peaks, and we're in Horror Fest, and I'm going through these Nightmare on Elm Street movies, which is super fun. And I have a much more of a newfound respect for part 2. Like, holy shit, I
Dude,
cannot wait till
dude.
Halloween night when we talk about it.
Me neither, dude.
And
I have a whole new respect for Freddy Krueger as a horror character.
right, those movies are
Yeah.
consistent, actually, man.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what the fuck was the other thing, Robbie? God damn it.
Dahmer.
Oh,
Twin
Chucky's
Peaks.
season 2 is about to start, so I don't know what I want to commit to.
Season
So
2, Hellraiser on Hulu.
Hellraiser, yeah.
Dark
I'm
Glasses.
actually excited for that one.
the new
I'm
Argento
so
film's coming,
hyped
y'all.
For
Even
Chucky
the end of The Walking Dead starts tomorrow night.
Wait, that shit's still going?
Dude, this is one of the best. This is one of the best. Like
I'm watching it to the end, damn it.
Movie wise, they've been just dropping fire on us. Like we got X this year, Pearl, Barbarian,
Pearl was good.
Smile.
Smiles. That Smiles getting great reviews, and
Is it?
I want to go see that now. Chucky season 2, Halloween Ends. The new Hellraiser's getting us so much hype. The Dahmer. The freaking Hocus Pocus 2. They just and I didn't even know there was nothing about this, but remember the old Disney movie Under Wraps? They did a remake for that last year or the year before that, and now they did a sequel. So there's Under Wraps 2. There's so much stuff like for everybody, like adults, kids.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff coming out right now, and I love it that horror is getting this great exposure. Like I hope everybody loves what they do with this Hellraiser, and it gets some sequels, and they build a great world.
Unless it sucks, then we
a
hope
lot of
nobody
people-
likes it.
Dude, I hear people saying that it's the bet that it's as good as the original. Or
Yeah, but people say that
like
about everything nowadays, bro. It's
Yeah.
either the worst ever or the best ever. So I can't trust any of that shit till I see it.
Yeah, I
But
don't
I'm
know
going to
that
be
shit,
watching
yeah.
it first thing.
We know Mr. Critical
I'll be watching
Robbie
it.
over here.
I know what I'm gonna do next Friday, man. Already, man. It's gonna be, I'll do my stuff I got to do, but it's gonna be Hellraiser, Werewolf by Night, and Dark Glasses.
yeah,
Can I do the
Werewolf
triple
by Night,
feature? I
too.
don't think so, but we'll see what we can do.
And
What day
Because
is
we're also
Werewolf by
we're doing the
Night?
Werewolf by Night. We're doing the Werewolf by Night review on Friday night next week.
I
That's
think you'll be
October
watching.
7th.
I hope you're watching House of the Dragon somewhere in there. Best fucking thing on TV.
I fucking love House of the
Hell
Dragon.
yeah,
I'm caught
House
up on
of
that.
Dragon.
The only thing is, I was so used to the previous actors.
Right, it's hard.
Still,
Yeah.
it's
I didn't mind it as
But
much
they
as
were
I thought I
still
would.
pretty good though.
the new
They're
ones
good,
are good,
but
but I'm
it's
like, you could have still
jarring.
used them. I don't know, man. The
I don't think
OG Allison,
Flashbacks.
the OG Allison's got me kind of catching some feet.
Right.
Oh,
They-
for
they
sure.
could've.
I'm catching.
They could've.
I'm catching.
The
I'm
new
just
one,
saying,
I'm
I'm
just
catching
like,
an
you
erection.
fuck you judgmental prick.
I think she's great. I think it's a little bit jarring, but not nearly as jarring as it could have been. What's more jarring is that they changed some of the actors, and then some of them, like the
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 night
they're the same
he was
actor.
gonna
It's like, what the
stab
fuck?
himself.
Well,
They look
guy looks
exactly
exactly
the
the
same.
same.
The king is the youngest guy there.
Right.
No, the king is the same.
I can't believe that
the guy
motherfucker's
who
still
was
alive.
gonna the knight that was gonna stab himself was different because at first I was confused.
Yeah.
No, he's
I
the
was
same
like,
guy.
it's the guy with the children, with her, that's with Rhaenyra. I
Yes.
was like, is that him older? But that's a different guy.
Yeah.
It's a different
The
dude.
That's the
fucking guy
one
that was
thing
gonna
with this
stab him,
time
he
jump.
went with the queen.
The one
he-
thing with the
he got
time
with
jump
it.
is you don't get the nuance of that relationship.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
But I
Now
love
he
how
like-
you pick it up with so little.
Right.
Like
They don't explain
instantaneously,
anything.
you're like, he's the dad. You know it.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
the fucking show, man.
She must just bang all of her bodyguards. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
She
I get it.
loved her knights. But
And
now
look at
that,
that.
that first night,
With the
like,
Malday
fucking
too.
despises her, and it was like literally like a tattletale. Like,
Vern put that shit in the PCP army. It was like standing underneath the fucking castle at King's Landing, and it's just covered in fucking cum because of the fucking kid, just like out there beating off. Like, what the? That kid's fucking crazy, man.
I love that show. It's just such a surprise how good it is.
Yeah,
With-
and it keeps
with-
picking up viewers. It started at like 15 mil. Now it's picking up like 30 to 40 every week, I think.
wow.
Yeah, it's much better than Lord of the Rings. That's terrible.
That I had a
I got
quit.
rid of that.
I quit
An
after 2
episode-
episodes.
at halfway
Really?
through
I'm
episode
gonna-
4,
I
I was
haven't-
like, I'm
I
done.
gotta start
it's,
it.
it's terrible.
I gotta
don't
watch
bother.
that, and there's something else I've been meaning to watch.
There's something. Yeah, you better have to watch almost anything than that.
Atlanta. I've been wanting to watch Atlanta, that show with Donald
Yeah,
Glover.
'cause they're about to
but
do
it's
the
not
final
Halloween.
season.
It's Halloween time. There's another one that I wanted to see, but
Oh, and how cool that we're getting a
Andor.
community movie finally.
I was so hyped for Andor, and I
Andor,
haven't gotten
yeah.
to it yet.
Andor's good, yeah.
I want to see that. Yeah.
I haven't gotten into it yet. I started episode 1, and I
I
gotta sit
started.
down
I
and
started
watch.
watching that the first couple seasons of that. What we do in shadows. That's still going.
Yeah.
I missed like 2 seasons. That was a fairly funny show.
Yeah, a lot of people.
My favorite's
seem
the
to really
psychic
like that.
vampire.
I never. I
Yeah,
like the
Psychic
movie. I
Vampire.
never got into the show though.
Doug
You guys-
Jones plays a good character in that one too.
If you're looking for something completely different with just some comedy,
My favorite.
I shouldn't even be recommending this on here, but people kept telling me, my aunt kept telling me to watch Only Murders in the Building on Hulu with Steve
Yeah.
Martin and Martin
hear it's
Short and
good.
Selena Gomez. And if you're looking for something to change the pace and you just want to watch like something funny and just like nostalgic because of how great Steve Martin and Martin Short are, it's definitely worth a watch. It's really fun.
Is it like a
Motherfucker, we're in the
modern
middle of Horror Fest, and you're telling us to watch some Martin Short, Steve Martin shit
Hey,
right now?
hey! I don't
Is it like
watch
is it
much
like a
other than
modern
horror.
day
recently.
Golden Girls or what?
It's a murder mystery with 2 comedic legends
Yeah.
and Selena Gomez.
It
Steve
looked
Martin
good,
announced
but-
his retirement after this, too, and
Selena
once it's done.
Gomez.
Right. It's good. I'm telling you. If you want
I
something
love
different.
Martin Short and Steve Martin, man. They're great.
Yeah, it will remind you of how fucking great Martin Short is and Steve Martin. But Martin Short, it's like, oh god, I just forgot how fucking funny that dude is. He's exactly the same.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sure. Well,
On
thanks,
that note.
everyone. Well, no, you're good, bro. You're good. Yeah. Thanks everyone as always for hanging out tonight. Shout out to the chat. You guys are the best. Bobby D, Gary, North Perry Gaming, my man Zach, Two Gun was up in here.
Pew pew.
Let's see, Twitch.
And a surprising lack of Russian bots tonight.
Now the name changes. Kevin was in here.
That's because Robbie didn't say Linnea Quigley.
Brother Joe.
Oops.
Linnea Quigley.
We appreciate you all hanging out tonight. We cannot wait. Horror Fest never stops. We'll see you guys next week. Be sure to check out Robbie this Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Green Room. And then next Saturday, we'll be doing Tales from the Crypt Demon Night. We love y'all, man. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Exorcist 3, greatest station.
Thank you.